Just a par 6 away from the beautiful Ohio River, we find ourselves yet again in a familiar place here on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. This is the LWS Open at Idlewild, the 9th rendition of this event here on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Kicking off round number 1, Innova Hot Rounds, MPO division, Jesse Longnecker, your collegiate national champion, scorching opening day, 12 under par. Simon Lizotte, Cole Rodal, and Gilbert Mon all at 10. It is a sprint. Jesse Longnecker ahead of the competition as of now. Lancaster, Pennsylvania native, 2025 collegiate disc golf champion, and not just that, 5 A-tier wins already, including winning at the beautiful Warwick disc golf course up there. Brian Earhart, Nate Perkins in the DGN booth. Nate, you've had some of your best career performances here at Idlewild.
Sure.
Now you get to call the action. What is it about this place?
It's charming, first of all. Sweet little park right near the river, right near the nice little town of Burlington, across from a disc golf hub. The greater Cincinnati area has 40 courses. It's often in the top 10 disc golf cities in the United States and has an amazing team, right? The team of Adam Jones, Jason Curl, they've been putting in the work for years. They work all season long to put this event on, and it's one of the courses that's free to the public all year long. Have to love it. It's a familiar course. It's technical, and there's a ton of history here.
A lot of unique winners at this course. Actually, in fact, only unique winners since this course first became a Disc Golf Pro Tour event in 2017, the first ever year on the tour. James Conrad, Paul McBeth, Kevin Jones, his first DGPT victory in 2019. Nate, what is it about this place that produces unique winners like this?
Well, I think it's the average distance to birdie, right? It's one of the shorter holes on the entire DGPT, and then it's the technicality of it. It brings so many different names into the hat.
Kyle Klein getting a victory here. Isaac Robinson, his only Disc Golf Pro Tour victory here before notching 4 majors. Gannon Burr, this was a turning point in his career, being able to get the victory here. And then Joey Buckets, Joseph Anderson, wonderful breakout performance for Joseph. And now we see him back here, bucket on the head, ready to take down another victory. But Nate, can any of these guys repeat, or maybe I should ask, will they this week?
There's a good chance any one of these players that are playing this tournament can repeat. It's going to be a tall task. This is a sprint, right? If you're not 6-7 down on this front 9, you're likely losing strokes quick.
Well, this is one of those courses that's changed very little over the years. They have changed a couple. Hole 4, for example, is a newer hole, but we've seen players go 13 under, 14 under.
Yeah.
This is, like you said, a sprint. We've seen guys on the leaderboard right now, and we can completely count them out. This is the last 3-round tournament of the Disc Golf Pro Tour.
Yeah.
At this point of the season, we have the Elite Plus at D-Glow and then the playoff events coming up. What is the feeling amongst the players at this point in the year?
Well, there's two sides of the coin, right? You're either kind of dealing with a difficult mentality of burnout, or you're starting to really hit your stride, you're feeling healthy, and you're ready to kind of coast down the rest of the season.
Well, let's bring in the third member of our broadcast, Grant Zellner, down there on the ground. Grant, it wasn't too long ago you and I were in the booth. Nate Perkins was on the ground. Now we've switched spots. How you feeling down there, my friend?
Yeah, it's a great day. The weather's absolutely wonderful. Maybe just creeping into sticky territory, but very, very nice. A little bit of a freshening breeze. We'll have to wait and see if the weather holds throughout the rest of the afternoon. It could get windier. The sun could break through and could be a little bit hotter and a little bit stickier for the latter parts of the round. But for now, there's nothing to complain about. Really excited for what we're going to see this afternoon.
Well, Gannon Burr coming in off of a blazing hot stretch of disc golf.
Yeah.
We now come to this point in the tour. Idlewild, Gannon Burr, what are your thoughts? How is he going to fare out there?
Well, that's the question, right? I mean, at this point, do you take Gannon Burr, do you take the field? The only reason I feel like that I take the field is because within my vantage point right now, I see 3 guys who have won this tournament before. I see a couple of them who have been world champions before, and that alone tips the scales for me. Where if I were a betting man, I'd take the field. But I tell you, it's not an easy bet to make. It's pretty challenging when you think about it, and you think about what Gannon's doing. You think about how he was yesterday on this track during the match play. Obviously, he's dialed in here. It didn't seem to take much. He's having a lot of fun out on the course, and that's something. No pressure shots are easier shots.
Well, Grant, thank you so much for your time. We're going to see you very soon out there on the ground all weekend long. With that, we are going to kick it to a quick commercial break here on the Disc Golf Network. Don't go anywhere too long. We got the feature cards teeing off.
Dynamic disc has meant everything to me. And when I made the decision to come back, I knew I had to make it big. Give the fans something they want, something they won't ever forget. If I'm coming back, I've got to do it right.
Bobby,
What?
what are you doing?
Nothing. Just doing a little brainstorming. You know what we should bring back? We should bring back the Disc Golf Answer Man.
When you think of Cincinnati, you might think of the breweries. Or the skyline. Yeah, that one too. But what about disc golf? Did you know Cincinnati was ranked number 8 in the nation? And since that list came out, we've had 3 new top-rated courses. In fact, we have 15 top-rated courses, and all of them are free to play. So save your money for the pro shop and plan your next disc golf getaway to Greater Cincinnati.
Vendor, keep everything nice and clean. I hate mud. Way easier to clean the fenders than it is to clean your cart. On the LG backpack cart, these help keep your bag off the wheel.
Also, no sticks get in the spokes and flip you over.
Fenders, keep your equipment clean.
Keep your cart nice and clean when you're playing muddy rounds.
You want to get a little mud on your tires and not your cart? Throw these on there.
Hey, aren't you Anthony Barella?
Yes, sir. Try out this Venom.
Thanks, man. Hey, hurry up, man. You're taking forever.
Sorry, man. No 30-second rule here. What about that 100% off player discount?
Welcome back to the Disc Golf Network, and welcome in to the Hold My Bag Fantasy Disc Golf Challenge. Me versus Nate Perkins this week. We drafted some players from tiers 1 through 5 to see who's going to fare well this weekend. Nate, how you feeling about your picks?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty solid. Casey White having somewhat of a slow day out there, but pit that against Luke Humphreys, who shot 5 over, couldn't find his stride out there. It's tough when, 5 over, you're at Northwood, maybe you're still in it, but you shoot 5 over here at Idlewild, you're hurting.
Well, we're going to head on over to my number 1 pick, Anthony Barella, but first, scan the QR code here, folks. $1,000 top prize, $10 entry, top 150 get paid. Play now at holdmybagdg.com.
Ezra Robinson having a good day, Brian.
Well, we're going to get to my number 1 boy here, Anthony Barella, from the knee on 18. He's 7 down. Got it! Falling putt from the knee.
Look at that back 9.
Scorching finish to the round. That's momentum to carry into round number 2. He's at 8 under par. Let's roll back the Zuka replay. Look at the trajectory on the putt.
It's an incredible back nine. He was even through the front. Compare that to Longnecker, who shot 7 down on the front.
Flying up the fairway of 1. We're going to hit the tee pad for our feature card. Let's see it.
First up on the feature card, 340 out of Alpena, Michigan, Andrew Marwee.
Marwee has been close here in the past. If you recall, he lost to Kyle Klein on this very hole in the playoff.
Next up out of Greenwood, Arkansas, your 2019 Idlewild champion, Kevin Jones.
Kevin in Idlewild, it's like peanut butter and jelly. I love watching this guy play this track. This is a short par 4, 638 feet, OB on the left, OB on the right, pretty straightforward. Nice shot there from Kev.
Up next out of Huntington Beach, California, 2018 Idlewild champion, Paul McBeth.
McBeth has been so close, yet so far this season. Starting to see him come back into form.
Rounding out the feature card out of Blacksburg, Virginia, 2017 Idlewild champion, James Conrad.
Keep turning. Finding the fade, James Conrad. Huge shot on the first.
That's what the people want to see.
Come on.
That's what the people want to see when you tee off on hole 1. Let's throw it down the fairway to Grant Zeller. He's talking with the man himself, James Conrad. Take it away, Grant.
Well, clearly you're comfortable here at a track that you've won at before. What is it that gives you such confidence starting with that very first shot, James?
I've always just had a ton of fun playing on this course. We're just playing through the woods, and yeah, this was my first win on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. It was quite a long time ago, like 8 years ago, so yeah, always feeling good out here, and when we got a little gallery, it's fun to just kind of let one rip, try to get a good shot like that. That was a good time.
This is one of those days where some pretty low scores have already come in, so do you have some idea of what you want to do today when it comes to a goal?
I'd like to just stay in it mentally, stay focused out here. I'd like to, yeah, try to have intention behind my shots and hopefully avoid the bogeys. I think the birdies will come either way.
They certainly will if you keep doing that. Best of luck.
Thanks, Grant.
Well, James, it certainly was a good time. We're going to run it back here. James is throwing a really domey, overstable 13 speed here.
That's going to be your one-shot replay. What a line from James Conrad. A look for eagle on the first.
Yeah, I can't tell if he's going to have enough ceiling right there. He might try and drop one in on Anheuser. Crowd loves it.
Marwee, your number 1 Circle 1 putter on tour, 92.43%. Coming off a pretty solid stretch of golf as of late.
Playing the wide forehand, unexpected there from Marwee. Finds the base. That's a bullseye birdie to start his tournament.
And this is one of those tweeners. You get a 4, it feels like a bogey. But you get a 2, it definitely feels like an eagle. Kevin? Should be just fine.
28 feet.
Pin high, 25 feet. Gotta land this one soft. Big slope behind the basket.
A lot of hyzer here. That's tricky.
And as we walk up to James Conrad's lie, we're just gonna reflect. Let's watch the holy shot again.
The bird swoops in on it.
And you know what? This shot, we've seen 1,000 times at this point. This is not James's entire legacy. He has done so much over the course of his career to capture the hearts of disc golf fans all over the world. This is why the moment was so special, was because James was already so loved going into that moment. He's done so much for the game. That's going to be an easy birdie.
Nearly pin high. Threw it over 600 feet right there, Brian.
He's got some gas left in the tank.
He's still got distance for sure.
He said the thing that's been getting him this year is that the short putts. He says he gives himself a lot of birdie opportunities, but he's just struggling to capitalize. But he said throwing the disc, he feels almost better than ever. Jones grabs the birdie.
That putt hasn't changed too much over the last 5 seasons.
No, the amount of deadlifts he's done hitting those types of putts.
Yeah.
McBeth from the knee grabs the birdie as well. This is kind of a non-negotiable birdie, especially when the wind is down. Marweed taps in, Conrad taps in, star birdie for the feature card. And they're going to head on over to hole number 2. Mr. Buckets heading out to the tee of 1 to defend his title. We'll see Mr. Buckets on the other side of this commercial break. We'll see you soon.
This season, Team Discraft is making a statement, and the message is loud and clear. Discraft, built for flight.
The first available research Ultiworld Disc Golf Fandom Survey is now open. Now in its 4th year, with many new questions, the survey is better than ever. This is your chance to share your opinions as a member of our awesome disc golf community with questions about players, media, discs, and so much more. Results from the survey will be published in Ultiworld this offseason. The survey is only open for a limited time, so scan the QR code or go to discgolfsurvey.com to take it now and let your voice be heard.
Welcome back. Here is Gannon Buhr's daily fantasy position this weekend for the LWS Open at Idlewild. Better or worse, 2.5? Wow. Or not?
You don't see too many lineups like that across the sport. Is he gonna get top 2 or not?
That's just showing you how good a golf he's playing. But to participate in regulated sports wagering on DGPT events or to play DGPT Daily Fantasy, head on over to nextbets.com/playdgpt. Your world champion. That is not going to get old for him, but I know that he had believed he was going to become one at some point. Confidence for this man, all-time high. Up ahead to 2 now. Marweed.
Heiser flipped up a bit in a great forward skip. Well into the birdie zone.
Just got to get out to the open. It's a low ceiling. Got to push it right. McBeth. Inside. He's going to have kind of that tricky uphill footing on the second shot. They have a longer basket, way more treacherous than the FPO. And something I want to key in on that I want to pay attention to this throughout the weekend is how Gannon carries himself playing disc golf post-World Championship. He gave Terry Miller some wonderful words letting us in after his win at Ledgestone. Let's listen to it again.
Obviously, getting the world title was my #1 thing that I wanted to do the last couple of years. And, you know, honestly, I feel like I've been telling everyone this. Once I got that world title, I can relax. I can just play, have fun at playing disc golf. There's not that much pressure anymore. And it's just a wonderful feeling, you know, not having to be stressed out. Today, I wasn't nervous on a single shot, and I really was just having fun with my buddies out there.
Scary. That is really scary for the rest of disc golf.
But I'm also happy to hear it from him because a guy that puts as much pressure on himself as Gannon Buhr, you love to see a guy like him enjoy the sport. Obviously, he loves disc golf. He won't take a break. He always is out here competing. But yes, enjoyable to watch, but also for the rest of the field, no stress. Another guy who's put a lot of pressure on himself over his career, Paul McBeth. His second shot on 2.
Yeah, gentle flip up. Probably he was looking for a little bit more pace. 40 feet left for the birdie.
Kevin Jones forehand on that second shot. Look at this line.
Really? Scooting past the basket. That is tasty. You don't see that line too often.
Yeah, I don't think that was too overstable of a disc. That was saucy. Marweed on the left side. Big hyzer.
Look, the man has one finger on the rim of his forehand shots. Look at the power.
Feature card sprinting through the course. Star birdie on 1. Multiple birdie looks on 2. Gannon Buhr about to tee off. Try to grab another title here at Idlewild. We'll see you soon.
Let's send these boys back to the lobby. Get on. Oh, Grandma's got a hot kettle for that tea bag.
How did you get so much energy from a candy?
One Shot is no ordinary candy. It only has 4 grams of sugar, and the nootropics help prevent jitters and crash.
Grandma, do you think I could try one of those One Shot energy chews?
Oh, sure, honey. But if you come for the queen, you better come correct, Sprout. I'm the OG. Got it?
Got it.
Level up your energy with One Shot. Grab yours at oneshotenergy.com today.
Hallo, we're Kenna. We're a Dutch growing company. We love plants and we want to tell you some cool things about them. Just like humans, plants can communicate. They can sense when another plant is close. Plants look out for each other too. They warn neighbors about nearby threats by secreting substances. And studies have shown that plants love a good tune. We love and understand plants. Let our passion excite you too.
Silva Saarinen.
Look at the display of touch from Silva Saarinen. The putter dead straight. Teo.
Right on the money.
Has a chance to connect and she finds it.
This looks very good. That's the line right there. Oh,
for
come
Silva
on.
Saarinen.
Yeah, when she's dialed, she's the best.
Wow.
MPO champion Silva Saarinen.
Hey everybody, Joel Freeman here with Team Infinite, and I've got great news for you. My 2025 discs can be found easily at infinitediscs.com. You've got a variety of different molds with this stamp on it. They look beautiful. Thank you guys so much for all your support.
The LWS Open at Idlewild is presented by Dynamic Discs. Be dynamic. And the Nati Disc Golf, Cincinnati's #1 stop for disc golf. Welcome back. Round 1 of the LWS Open at Idlewild underway. Paul McBeth. Birdie putt, good, just outside circle 1. He's 2 for 2.
It's rare that it's this calm this late into the afternoon, and if these players can find their putts early, Paul and Kev both finding theirs. What a tasty forehand approach that was by Jones.
Yeah, a lot more technical than I think the camera even does it justice. Marweed kind of doing the exact opposite. Spike forehand over the water. Gavin Rathbun up ahead on 6, just outside.
Oh, why not from Mr. Whatnot himself.
Weak side catch. He's 4 down through 6. It's the pace you're going to have to be on if you want to win this tournament. We've been talking about it all season. Control your speed. I don't care how good these baskets are. This is coming down into the basket. The weak side is way more accepting.
A spot you rarely see someone putt from, deep of 6. Look at that. The mini pickup halfway through the flight. Rob knew.
And Burridge on a hot pace as well, and this is what these guys are going to have to do. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. All of these guys, champions of this tournament, and this course relatively unchanged throughout all of it. Will see that man in the background shaking Gannon Burr's hand. That is 1989 Pro World Champion Steve Weiskup, a 1999 inductee to the Hall of Fame, a 3-time major champion, absolute legend of the sport throwing out the first disc. What an honor. safe on the playing surface. Nate, this is a guy that was playing Frisbee back in the late 60s.
Wow.
Ultimate in the 70s, disc golf in 76.
Georgia, Joey Buckets.
And here we go. Defending champion Joseph Anderson steps up to the tee.
He's got a little bucket stitched on the shirt. No doubt where that one was headed.
Next up, out of Urbandale, Iowa, 2023 Idlewild champ, Gavin Babcock.
Looked phenomenal yesterday in his match during match play. And he was trying to go for the green there, bleeds it a bit too far right. It's going to be an easy 3 for Gannon. I suspect we'll see it too at least once. Robinson, your 2022 champion. His first and only Pro Tour victory right here on this course. A little bit high.
Ooh, and a big skip. That's going to be right on the line. Red flag for Robinson.
Next up, your 2021 Idlewild.
There's too much space out there to do that.
And Kyle Klein, a champion of this event. Still so young, but nearly a veteran of this tour.
At least it's turning, and somehow that's going to stay safe.
Not sure if he fully got a hold of that one.
Really took me for a ride out of his hand.
Back up ahead to Marweed. And that is going to be out of bounds for Marweed. Out of bounds deep. Hard to do that. McBeth now.
Want something right in between there. McBeth a little too much hyzer. You want to kind of flatten that out over the top of the hill.
Tall Paul Oman walking up to the green of 6.
Paul actually qualified on Monday. Drove here through the night after Ledgestone.
And that is going to take him to 3 down. And Paul is no stranger to that kind of stuff. He's been out here on the tour for a long, long time.
He said the Toyota Sienna is still treating him all right.
Andrew Marweed, 3rd shot after going out of bounds.
It was huge, and he delivered right outside the bullseye. He'll have that left for par.
Robert Burridge on 7. Got to avoid these roots. That's going to be okay. Uphill footing makes it a little bit tricky. Now McBeth.
Big shot. A lot of hyzer here. Yeah, edge of the circle. A little bit of a ceiling on this putt.
Yeah, just a chip shot for Klein. That's going to be a pretty simple birdie. 61% of the field birdieing hole number 1. James Conrad second. Bullseye hit for James.
Go in.
Gannon calling for it to go in. Not going to happen. That's just got to sit down 15 feet away for birdie. This is a mistake that you're going to kick yourself for. Can't be going out of bounds here. Pretty easy up and down for the par, though.
Yeah, with no wind, it's just rare to see a top player go OB like that.
Now, Nate, with this high percentage of players birdieing this first hole, does anything need to change about hole 1?
I love it. I love that if you want the eagle, you can go get it. It requires a huge shot. There's enough OB to keep it interesting. I like that they elevate it. Perhaps you could go a little shorter, call it a par 3, so you can encourage more people to send it.
Paul McBeth for birdie, pin high on 3. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Putter looks good today. It's really what has been keeping him from having those complete tournaments.
Yeah, for Paul McBeth fans out there, they're just wanting him to give them a full weekend.
Yeah.
Give us a full tournament of Paul McBeth disc golf. And he's come so close. Kevin Jones goes 3 for 3. Gannon for birdie. No problem. He's going to go to 1 down.
Hearing the airplanes fly overhead. If you actually fly into Cincinnati, Ohio, you're going to land across the river here in Kentucky. Planes fly right over the course. Get in there. Crawled in.
Squeaky. Just over the tray for buckets.
You got to love how much he's running with the name.
Well, hey, I'm just going to tell the fans out there listening, we're not just giving him garbage because he's made that his nickname. He changed his name on PDGA.
Yeah. He has it stitched on his shirt. Man's committed.
I'm not opposed to it.
It's a great disc golf nickname as well. Get in the bucket. Classic. Luke Humphreys call out the Maple Hill Cav Jones slip ace.
And this is not Photoshop. He showed up to media day. He brought his own pail. And this man, when he's on, plays some of the prettiest disc golf that I have ever seen, forehand and backhand side. And he mentioned to me earlier this week, he's feeling good. He's feeling happy. He's enjoying being out there on tour. He got home from Europe completely fried, went to see his family, recharged, and now he's feeling good again back here at Idlewild. Kevin Jones on 4.
He's a little more flipped than that. That's kind of running away from the gap. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. The angle could be pretty tight.
And this is a familiar place on 7. Second shot. That is exactly how you play it. You have to get a higher arm slot, pan it to flat. Paul on 4. Now, Nate, do you want any fade on this tee shot, or is this strictly straight off the tee?
Depends on the shape. If you're headed straight for the tree line, you want a little fade. Paul's too far back in the fairway to really attack.
Back on 2, buckets.
Oh, little kiss off the branch, up into the flat, well into the birdie zone.
And this is a hole that if you don't get a good tee shot off, your footing on the second gets really frustrating. And the pin is in such a precarious position.
Gannon's been throwing this really flippy driver from Dismania. The function corrects on the inside miss from yesterday during the match play event, and that is just money. He's going to have a lot of options from up there on the flat right side.
Klein. See that claw grip underneath the forehand.
Players like Owen Scoggins, Nate Sexton both going with that grip. I feel like it's less common than the two fingers stack. What do you think?
It definitely is. Isaac. Neutral, almost overstable mid-range there. Way out into the open. Great shot. Taking a look at the birdie zone here, brought to you by Birdie Pro. Nate, what do you got for us?
Well, Gannon pushed the roller way out right over there, and then we have 3 great shots right over here. So everyone is into the birdie zone. Now it's just a matter of matching this grade right here up by the green. Of course, we do have this OB that you have to keep in mind, and it just tapers ever so slightly down toward the water. Really love Gannon's roller play, though. Up on the flat over here, right side, he has the forehand. Of course, he has the spike forehand like we saw Marweed. He could also throw that orange putter that he's been so deadly with, just a little left to right backhand into the green.
And that flyover brought to you by Birdie Pro. #1 selling disc golf board game. Here is the real live look over the fairway of #2, and we are going to rejoin our card as they get to their lies, attacking this treacherous sloped green. Kyle Klein, left side of the fairway.
He's going to try and draw this forehand from way up on a steep angle, and look at this unravel.
Oh, I love that.
Wow.
What a shot.
He's going to one-up Kevin Jones there, perfectly matching the grade of the green.
And this is the other play, is trying to match the hyzer with the slope of the green so you don't get the skip down the hill. That's perfect. Now, it wasn't always in this pin position, but I love the change on hole 2. McBeth's second shot on 4.
Not a good spot. This is tough. Turning through the center of the gap, though. High level of difficulty. Paul rises to the occasion. He'll have a C2 look for the bird.
It's hard to throw a turnover like that low ceiling. You have to get the nose up a little bit and trust the stability of the disc to get it over right.
I don't know why that shot made me flash back to 2015 Pittsburgh Worlds at Deer Lake. It just reminded me of some gaps he was hitting.
Well,
he
probably
set those course records
yeah,
there.
Probably did that 4 or 5 times there because he couldn't do any wrong at that tournament. Gannon up on the green, now Isaac.
I think a good tree. Could have gone a little deep, a little left. Gannon will have the death putt from down the hill. Isaac's a little safer right there.
Birdie for Robert Burridge. And he is going to move on to hole number 8. Kevin Jones, he throws the grenade here.
Circle's edge. Like, you can't overstate how impressive it is to get a grenade that vertical and still push it forward.
Well, and the thing I like about Kevin Jones, as we take a look at this leaderboard, Kevin will take the grenade and throw it with something understable. He'll actually get it to flip and pan as if he was throwing a lefty backhand. Jesse Longnecker, collegiate national champion, still sitting atop the leaderboard at 12 down. Gavin Babcock on his tail. He's got 2 holes left. He's at 11.
45 feet.
This is the first heat check of the day. Not going to happen for Gannon, but a tap-in par. All of these guys know how hard you have to sprint to get a win here. Pars are okay every now and then. Bogeys start to feel very, very not okay when you get to this level. Birdie for Isaac. Joey, birdie.
I'm trying to get my roller even further right so I have like a wide open forehand.
What a shot from Kyle. Baseline plastic. Slow approach disc.
And Robert Burridge going flex forehand on the par 4 8th. You're going to see this from a majority of the field. Got to get it moving left right away.
Gonna be an overstable felon. The man from Dynamic Discs. A little sharp, I believe. Kind of want it lower, angle. Pushing it flatter.
Paul to go 4 for 4. On fire, baby. He's 4 for 4. Circle 2 is good. He is looking dialed. Slow motion of this beautiful Circle 2 make from Paul. And the GOAT is perfect through 4. We're going to take a quick break in the network. We'll see you on the other side. Welcome back. Kevin Jones, after the massive grenade, puts him just outside circle 1. It's good.
Wow. Playing golf here on this feature card.
Now rapid fire back to 3. Joey.
That's a tree that just can't be in play. I think he stayed safe down there, but not by much.
Paint the picture for the fans. Why do, actually, we'll get back to it. We're going to jump ahead to 8. Burridge. Got to get this to move back right.
That's high level. That's going to get back on edge. That's going to be a look for birdie on 8.
And Burridge sitting pretty. Klein, of course, he's going roller. The high side of the hill, Nate, what does that look like from up there?
Well, he can throw the hyzer just inside the mandatory, so he's going to be loving it.
Robinson going backhand.
Did he get that same branch yesterday in the match play? And it just killed his roller. That one kept going a bit. You kind of have to use the ceiling with the roller depending on how flippy you go.
And Gannon going to do the same.
This is going to be the best of the 3 rollers right there. Right up there with Klein. Klein's might be a little better still.
Kevin Jones, tee at 5. Big forehand over the water.
Circle 1 with a forehand. You're doing a lot right if you're throwing 432 with a forehand.
Joey's second shot. Yeah, that's going to be just fine. Backhand much touchier here on the par 3. Is that going to find edge?
Talk about a heat check. He's made 2 from C2 already. Will he run that one?
Isaac with decisions to make. High side or low side. I'm guessing he's going to have to go high.
It looks like he's lining up the right side. You want to go just inside the mandatory, over the spectator rope, hyzer around the corn bunkers.
Not too shabby, just outside circle 1 for Isaac. Corn bunkers. I don't think I've seen that before in disc golf, but frankly on this hole, they do a very good job of framing up the shot you have to throw.
They're in play. They changed the dynamic of the approach.
Joey's third.
A little flat. He's going to have those. He gets just around them. That other tree at Bullseye's Edge might be in his way. Yeah, Joey doesn't like it. Flatten it out a bit too much.
Finally up to Gannon.
He says, so bad, Brian. What do you say?
I say it's fine. I know what he was going for. I know he was running the bullseye.
Thank you.
When you're playing disc golf like this, though, not only can you zoom in really close and everything outside of perfection is a mistake, he also knows there's not a lot of pressure to get it close because he's putting so well with so much confidence.
Kyle far enough left to still go hyzer forehand here. And that's the ideal balance of the power and hyzer right there. Far enough that he doesn't need to flatten it out to get the distance.
Probably not bullseye.
And that was how close Bobby Burridge was after the beautiful forehand on 87 down with 1 hole left to go in the front 9.
Just making a note, so far that's my shot of the day. We didn't actually get to see it finish, but had everything right on that to get to the bullseye there.
Well, there's going to be highlights galore out here at this course. Like we've been saying, this is a course that players show up to, and even though this part of the season starts to really drag on, this is a fun track that they get to play. They're not going to beat their bodies up playing out here. Yes, it's frustrating. Yes, it's tight. But they get to play some fun golf out here.
Completely agree with that sentiment.
McBeth not going to take the heat check.
Maybe without the tree might make a different decision.
Burridge not going to capitalize on the short 9.
Wow, that'll be just his second par on the front.
Isaac.
That's where it all started, right here. That quick routine, that free wrist.
When I first watched that follow through, I was blown away. I'd never seen anything like it.
That combined with the pace, I don't think anybody ever had seen anything like it.
We are in an era where spin putters, raw spin putters, are having a seriously good time in the spotlight. And frankly, as a fan, as a commentator, it is a special thing to watch. Joey buckets for par. Take a breath. Gannon for birdie. Gannon makes good. Frustrating bogey for Joey.
That early tree off the tee should just never be in play for buckets.
Well, early tree off the tee, but then that missed putt, hitting a tree right in front of you. I get that it's a hyzer putt. Got to lock back in.
Grant, as Kyle taps this in, how's it feeling down there on the ground?
These players are just so comfortable here, especially when you compare to how they probably feel going through places like Northwood Black. You see them posing over these shots, holding their follow through an extra beat. In other cases, you see players turn away from their shot and talk about what it's doing without watching it, knowing where that shot is going to end up, exactly which tree they might be next to or beneath. They know this course so well. It's reminiscent of a pro golfer that knows every dip and turn at a place like Augusta National or Pebble Beach. It's really fun to watch these guys getting around this course with such comfort and ease.
Grant, thank you so much. And James Conrad going deep of the basket here, putting straight toward the water. He's 4 down through 5.
Well, this is a course that he loves, and looking at that step putt with the water behind. Taking a look at the leaderboard, Jesse Longnecker 12 under par, still sitting atop the leaderboard. Gavin Babcock did grab the 11 on 17. He's got one more hole left. Taking a look at Gavin Babcock's scorecard. Bogey on hole 4, eagle on 16. He is 11 under par. One more chance on 18 to tie the lead.
Wow, 11 under without a C2 make on the day.
James Conrad, he's 4 for 5. Here he is on 6.
He's thrown a lot of different shots on this over the years. Going roller today. Keep pushing forward. That's acceptable. It's going to be tricky. You might have to lay up short of the creek.
McBeth. Flippy roller.
Now, what's the advantage of laying it down later like that?
I think you just bite off a little bit of distance. You can start to turn and bend the corner. It kind of changes the orientation of the disc. Klein.
Yeah, that's a broke. That's ideal. We'll be looking straight up the main gap.
Really, really nice change to this course over the past few years. Wasn't a part of the original layout.
Yeah, a little further left than you would like. We saw Kevin go grenade from there. We'll see what Isaac does. Might have a tight little flip up.
Little bit of left to right here. This actually is going to be beneficial for these guys. Oh, that thing is just cooking over to the right.
Love it. Gonna have that inside lane with a forehand. Not gonna see too many drives better. Humphreys put it just 20 feet closer in the match play, but not too many other people are getting into the tree line there.
Joey after the bogey on 3 looking to bounce back. Nice shot, really nice shot. And feature card moving up the fairway of 4. Babcock now in 18. This is for birdie to be a co-leader.
No.
Got it! Good from circle 2. Babcock, your co-leader with Jesse Longnecker. Let's take another look.
This is nearly the fairway. Was it in the air for a second?
Wow.
Harded.
Dead center. And there's your C2 make for the day. The only one he had to make. Gavin Babcock. A lot of disc golf fans waiting for him to be back on top, battling for a victory. Back to Burridge, hole 10. 368 uphill.
That got there quick.
He is killing the disc right now.
That's
Circle
circle
1
one.
look.
Yeah, James just gonna jump putt it up there. He wanted a little bit more turn on that to putt from the sun.
Oh, this is tough.
Puts it on the green, and that is just outside the bullseye. Crafty little approach.
Incredibly crafty to have that lead foot so much lower than the back.
Yeah, all wrist right there. A little further back than Joey would like. Sharp angle as well.
Beautiful line, hits the gap. That is perfect. What a bounce back from the rough hole number 3. Gorgeous forehand from Joey. Really love a par 4 with a gap like this the players have to get to. Every tee shot that you throw gives you that different angle, a different shot. Forces them to be intuitive. Klein. A little bit of a wind drop there. I think he was shocked at the reaction.
Isaac's a little further left. He just saw Kyle pure that Annie forehand. Very curious to see what he goes with. Yeah, see how much sharper it is. He's going to try and flip this backhand right up there through that gap. It's tiny. Oh, he goes wide. A little bit of a safer play. You're not going to get to the pin going that wide. But you're also less likely to hit the tree and careen into the pond. Considering it, maybe I could have done the Annie flick.
I'm liking this hole more and more each time that I see it played. Seems like every time these guys come through here, it's a new adventure on that second shot. Except for Gannon. He did this yesterday during match play. This is just unbelievably well placed.
Yep.
Yeah. Chip shot. Must be nice. And that's what's interesting about this tee shot. Gannon's looked like it was dragged too far to the right, but actually put him in the perfect spot. Really have to challenge the tree line. Conrad, just low. Gavin Jones for birdie just outside C1.
One off perfect. Just a bit short. Putt on 5. Makes the correction here on 6. Jump putt Jones, baby. You know, he's sticking with the name DJ KJ, but I felt like he should have just rocked Jump Putt Jones right up top when he's playing his EDM. Get people jumping up and down on the dance floor.
I'll never forget the jump putt that he hit during Worlds in 2021 with the fist pump.
I'll never forget it, his disc just barely skipping forward OB on the 16th, that island hole. Uh-oh, that might have just brought that out of bounds line into play.
Kyle Klein, long look for birdie. 40 feet. Air ball, not happy with that.
Perhaps the putt of Isaac got in his head a little bit. Usually don't see Kyle loft him that soft.
Stripe down the pole. That's about as easy as you can make hole 4.
Another low release, climbs in.
And you know, I've talked to Klein. He's doing pretty well this season. He's 9th on the Disc Golf Pro Tour standings. I asked him where he's bleeding these strokes that are costing him the victories, and he said, I don't really know. I don't know what I'm supposed to work on. It's a little bit of everything. I just need to clean up. Up to 7, Kevin Jones. He's 5 down. Safe with tough footing.
Yeah, finds the roots.
Now McBeth after the birdie on 6. He's 5 down.
Really backhand through this gap. Needs to keep turning. A little straight. Those trees are trouble. That gap's 3 feet across. We've seen a lot of people land right there.
You know, we have, but he's close enough. He threw with enough distance to where it might not be that big of a deal. Burridge, though, up on 10 after a great tee shot. He's 7 down.
That. And is that really how you're going to take your first bogey? Putting from C1 on a hole, only 16% of the field is taking birdie on. One of the more rare birdies on the property. Hits and rolls 100 feet back.
And now back to the lie. Well outside circle 2.
Give us a little ultimate toss here.
Yeah, we could have a nice little spiteful throw in. Okay. That's going to be a bogey. It's going to bring him back to 6. Now Gannon Burr on hole 5.
Thinking about it a bit. He threw this yesterday for the very first flight, the C-line DD3, neutral to understable. can get down quick. Nearly aces it. And gets a green flag. It's rare to see a disc hyzer left of the pin and stay safe.
Gannon is killing the field in greens and regulation. 54.48% of the time he's inside circle 1. Second place, 4% behind him, Nicholas Antila. And separation from Gannon Bird. This is why he's winning so much. Joey, just a poor effort there. You have to get it to turn. You have to get it to be high. You can't have it fading left with too much force. Tricky shot.
Let's see what Kyle's on with this. It's that brand new blend of DD3 plastic. A little bit of flip up. How much power does he really have? Just short of the circle. 399 on the nose there.
Kyle's got such an underrated forehand. I never think about him as sidearm guy, but anyone who throws sidearm on this hole is in that elite category.
This is what you want your 12 speed to look like. Safe the whole way, never in danger.
Yes. That's exactly what you want. Drift it right, let it come back left softer.
How does he get the disc up in the air and also nose down like that?
Kevin Jones on 7.
KJ's playing some disc golf today. Still 1 par on the day. That's a bullseye birdie.
Burridge on the short 11th.
Tough miss.
And that's not going to be out of bounds. Conrad. Not too bad, just on the edge of the circle. And now Paul.
That was a tough lie over there.
I was wondering if he was going to stretch out and throw that forehand, but
yeah,
went with that touchy backhand. Back in the fairway now on 5. Joey, this is not a walk in the park. You got to give this one respect. That's a good tree. That is a very good tree.
Hole 5 playing as the most difficult birdie on the day. Just 12 birdies. That's 13% of the field.
Oh. Not too many people able to throw that kind of putt. Close but no cigar for McBeth. That's going to be a par. Burridge.
The scar of the rollaway still fresh. Fortunate to not catch metal there.
And here we go, rapid fire. James Conrad, birdie look.
That putting stroke sure has changed over the years for James. Used to really big stagger stance and just drive him home, Annie nose down. Completely different now.
Klein. You're going to almost call this one a bonus birdie. Sidearm smash from Kyle Klein. And now he's going to be 4 through 5. Gannon to keep the pace. Left to right. And that's going to be a tough miss there for Gannon. Didn't quite get the adjustment on that little crosswind. Robinson with a really nice tee shot. Park job for birdie. He's going to be 3 down through 5 as they head into the 6th.
Yeah, Isaac just one of 3 players to park the 5th on the day.
The skyline of Cincinnati in the background. The scores now on the screen. Gavin Babcock tied with Longnecker. We're going to send it to a quick break. More disc golf on the other side.
Made from the earth, Rhino harnesses the power of plants and the sun to create topical performance products that are good for us and our earth. Formulated by a pharmacist and built by a chef, Rhino's unique line of products helps adventurers perform better and enhance recovery.
Just a classic Robinson turnover. Digs the ante into the ground. Hits the brakes. Completely still air here. Monster sky roller. And really, that's another reason why you throw the sky rollers. You can bite off almost as much distance as there is fairway space before you get to the mouth before it starts rolling. And Gannon might be able to jump putt from there. And we are going to send it back. Bobby B on hole 12. McBeth, beautiful shot on 8. Kevin looking to match, same kind of flex forehand. Ooh, Kevin went flippier.
Look at him hold it. He knew. Way up there. You will not see very many drives further than that.
Let's roll back that Zuka replay. Again, flippier shot, but throws it higher to stabilize it.
Uses all of the ceiling right there. Starts to pan, misses the tree you need to, goes just outside both of them. He might be in a spot he's never been before. Might have to go to an even slower disc.
And now McBeth, second shot. Subtle dog leg right on this.
Close. Start that a little wider, same angle, same speed.
Robert put himself to a decent place, but not going to happen.
That's what happens. You shred this front, you start to get in the meat of the course, and all of a sudden, Robert's one over in the last few.
Touchy approach here on the 6th.
Joey shows up with the touch. That's bullseye. Now, I'm very interested about these lies up top. Kyle a little inside with that forehand. He's about 20 feet further back from where we saw Paul McBeth throw that crafty approach onto the green. But first, Robinson. Will he try and stick it? He's going for it.
It's going to be a long circle 2 look for birdie.
As I was mentioning, Kyle's enough back and he has enough trees in the way that I'm wondering if he's going to even try and attempt to cross the creek or just play for the long putt.
There's a couple scenarios like that on this course. This hole, hole 16, 13 actually used to have a similar situation. And I love that element of decision making that these players are forced to make.
Good. Gavin.
Kyle just playing a little frisbee on that one, little snap of the wrist. He's going to have a circle 2 look.
I was trying to get like close to the creek and forget. Without going out of bounds, but yeah.
2021 Idlewild champion.
That's like the one bush you know I'm in.
What a year 2021 was for Kyle Klein.
Cannon just 15 feet closer, and I think you're right, Brian. I think we are going to see a jump putt here.
What do you think, 150?
I think so. Going mid here.
Off the base.
It's a huge weapon in the sport.
Man. Robert, long look for birdie on 12. Just going to be a layup under the pin. Grabbing the par. He is going to remain 6 under par. Kevin Jones, grenade on 8.
Sign me up. Oh, and it drifts a little right down the hill. Obstructed C2 putt coming up.
Isaac for birdie.
That wrist. There's never been a freer wrist in the sport of disc golf. Finishes way to the right.
I put him in the same class as like a Michael Johansson type spin putter. Just pure in to out. Beautiful. Klein's birdie look.
Get that against Kyle's pitch. Much more pitch to that man's putt over the years.
That's going to be a par for McBeth. Mr. Buckets on the 6th. That's going to be a simple birdie. Beautiful approach to the green. And they will make it to the iconic 7th, one of the signature holes out here at Idlewild. And it's been a blazing start for this feature card. And the bar has been set 12 under. Babcock, Longnecker. 4 players at 10. And now to the Zenny flyover here on hole number 7. Nate, walk us through.
Tight gap. Only one gap off the tee that's really in play. This one right here, of course. Got it clear. This is all OB. This is all OB up here, guys, this creek. So you can even cross this, hit the trees, roll back. These roots right here are an okay landing zone. We see a lot of players end up a little straight. McBeth tried to throw from over there. There's a bunch of tight gaps. The ideal landing zone is right here, and then you're looking at another tunnel to approach this basket. We saw Robert Burridge throw that beautiful shaping flick up this hill. We saw Kev Jones pure it with a nice Annie flick up the hill. Still playing under par, but one of the more difficult birdies on the front.
Fans can use code DGPT for 10% off their order. Zenny, eyewear for everyone. Isaac Robinson.
Ouch. That is out of bounds, headed straight to a drop zone.
And Kevin Jones after the grenade. Little pitch up forehand now. Got to get over this terrace fairway framed up by these roots that are exposed. What a rocket of a pop sidearm from Gannon.
Love that.
One of the few players to ever crack 1,100 RPMs on a tech disc.
Really? With the forehand.
And Gannon actually says he's been told he does have the highest RPM sidearm in the world.
Wow. Shocking. Even faster than AB or RPMs. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Joey.
Yeah, I like both of these. Really high in the window. Joey a little straighter. That hurts. Just a little too straight. Gets that kick and falls backwards. He is also headed straight to the drop zone.
Kyle Klein.
There we go. He might even pick up the same disc and go flex forehand.
Anywhere I can throw that, I'm gonna throw it. I'm telling you, you're missing out, man.
Kevin Jones, grenade again on 9. Not a great result. And
Yeah.
sorry I had to laugh because you just don't see anybody else do that. I was genuinely shocked.
I love it.
Very pleased. Calvin Heimburg.
I mean, he's not just doing it for show either. It's his highest percentage shot. It must be for the approach on 8, tee of 9.
Forehand chip on 12. No problem inside circle 1.
What's up, Red, in between you guys?
Calvin's 5 down. Paul McBeth on 9.
Can't say I've ever seen McBeth throw a grenade. Probably has it.
He probably has it, but I haven't seen him throw one either. Yeah. Circle 1 putt on 9.
This drop zone is mean. Probably a 1 for 10 on the up and down. Isaac is going to be one of those today. Drifts a little right, gets lucky on some of those Guardians, but what a shape.
Come on.
He's going to cover it up. Nearly the fairway. Kevin Jones doesn't even need to jump. Goes back to his roots. Look at this spinner.
I love me a Kevin Jones spinner. Look at this thing. Nose up, floaty.
Look at that catch, too, on the backside. There is no way he makes that.
Oh, there's a way. Kevin Jones on fire. Joey Bucket's now on 9. Are we going to see 2 drop zone conversions? That is ridiculous. ridiculous. Frankly, I wouldn't be opposed to having this hole be an AB. I would love to see them play a par 3 from the drop zone. Heimburg to get to 6. It's a solid pace. Clean 6 under par for Calvin. Slow start, only 1 birdie through the first 6. And now we've seen players fall victim to this sloped footing. Let's see if Gannon can make a correction.
It's the ace disc.
I was going to say, for a second.
Looked familiar.
Looked a little familiar.
In the chains.
That's going to be a tap-in birdie. Beautiful body control in that approach. Kyle Klein. Players have struggled with this angle. You got to get it over left, but then you got to get it to flatten.
Yeah, he did. He picked up that same disc. Finds C1.
And we got a leaderboard full of green.
Oh, it hit the branch and just kept going.
Paul McBeth just inside circle 1. 6 down through 9. On pace for the hot round of the day. Calvin Heimburg now up on 13. He's 6 down. Signature Y hole out here. Par 4. And I do not think he's happy with that result. That is, yeah.
Huge.
And Kyle for birdie. Got it. Well, he's top 10 in all the driving categories this season, but when it comes to putting, that has been his kryptonite. 39th on Tour C1, 69th on Tour C2. But the putter looks solid today.
What percentage is 39th on Tour?
39th on Tour, to give you guys some perspective, is 84%.
Just get lucky. It's going to work.
James asking for it to get lucky. It does. He's in the fairway. To dial up another spinner.
McBeth.
Hole 10 playing just a 10th under par today.
So nice. Little hyzer flip. Stayed on hyzer the whole way. Little bit of flip. Up to 18. Alden Harris. First time seeing him today. He is 10 down. Look at this finish, Nate.
Another scorching back 9, Brian.
Hole 18 plays as a par 4 for the MPO, 5 for the FPO. Saw the eagle earlier today from Rebecca Cox to finish out her day. Now up to 8. Tight quarters back there at Idlewild. VIP spectators getting ushered around the course. And Gannon takes the tee. Distance driver.
Yeah, going fast.
Very specific shape.
Well, hole 8 is the first and only hole on the front 9 that averages over par. Quarter stroke over par today.
This used to be a par 5. Saw enough eagles to where they decided to just change it.
High in the window like Kevin. Quite the width you needed. Needed to start it wider, similar Anheuser angle.
3 is possible from there. It would just be spectacular. Climb.
A little sharp. If you throw that sharp, you want to go more overstable so it can scoop out quicker.
Nate, as a sidearm player yourself, have you ever tried a forehand roller on this?
I've dreamed of it. It's never worked out in practice, so I've never sent it. I absolutely think someone could do it. I can't recall the guy, speaking of Pittsburgh, at Moraine. Jeff
Talking
Bennett.
about Jeff Bennett.
I'm talking about Jeff Bennett. Jeff Bennett could throw a nasty late flipping forehand roller on this hole.
Isaac off to the left. Joey.
Yeah, it's going to get back on edge a little quick, but that's a great tree right there.
Now back up to 18. Alden Harris, his second shot. We'll let him take his time lining up this shot. First, Kevin Jones, fairway of 10. Not going to happen there for Kevin. He's going to move on to hole number 11. Now Alden's second shot.
What a tee shot. Probably 300 from the pin. And he's actually going to play outright. We've seen just how tricky that putt can be over the years. Makeable, but it's hard.
We saw Stacy Ronsley throw in from that range earlier this morning. Marweed. Oh, off the tray.
I saw Kev asking for it halfway.
The season of medal hits continues. Every single event, I feel like we see 5 to 10 medal hits or throw-ins per weekend. Joey.
It's tight. That finds a lane. Doesn't touch
No
a
way.
tree. That's 20 feet.
I'm going to have you walk down the fairway and give those trees a little pat, pat, pat. Take a look at this again.
Pulls it. Nearly hits this first one, which would have kicked OB left. Keeps drifting. Nearly gets that one, and then just continues to not touch a thing.
Well, I'm thinking standing where Joey is, I'm sure he's thinking that's done. That's toast. You're going to be surprised, my friend.
The OTB lucky shot of the day. Can't forget to make my note. KJ on the 9th.
Gannon going to go with this tough step forehand. Oh, that caught edge. That is ridiculous. I don't care if it's not circle one. The fact that he even was able to get that off with balance. One more degree of hyzer, that would have gotten a massive flare. Paul McBeth for birdie to get to 7. No. Can Alden Harris make this putt near air bounce? Would probably be more helpful to have a headwind here. Not going to happen, but a 10 under par, obviously very solid. That number has been standing strong today. He'll join a few other players.
This is also really tricky for Klein. Little inside.
Nice reaction. Just outside circle 2.
That's like 4 feet deep. Oh my. Yeah, like almost.
Now second forehand for Isaac. Conservative.
Might have to throw 3 in a row now. Over there on the right.
Up ahead, Calvin Heimburg. Second shot of the 13th. Wasn't happy with the drive.
Yeah, a little inside and it found this safety. Looks like that cruised up and over the log. He'll have a look for birdie. Just enough turn on it to work out.
And that was just a marshmallow of a shot. Soft.
A marshmallow.
Inside circle 1.
Speaking of soft, just how McBeth has shown so much control with the body over the years. How slow that run up is. Yeah, this isn't easy. It's just a chip. Probably 200 left, if that. It's a tight angle. And that's what can happen really quick. You just get to that back wall so much quicker than you think. Now he'll have a circle 2 look for a par.
James. Up on the surface in the bullseye. And Calvin Heimburg on a tear, 10, 11, 12, 13. Frustrating hole for Isaac Robinson. 3 forehands in a row. Can't say I've seen that before from Isaac. That's going to be his first bogey of the day. No problem there for Kyle. Easy 4. Now a tempting birdie look here for Gannon.
Through the window with ease. Buckets just can't believe it.
Yeah, Joey.
Capitalized on a lucky second shot. Birdie for Joey Buckets. Now Marweed.
Still putting better than 90% on the season from C1X. I believe he's pushing that number towards 93% on the year. Going after a new record. Little right. Count it. Healthy pace on this card.
James Conrad in for birdie. And on the other side of the commercial break, we will see your feature card teeing off on hole number 9. We'll see you soon.
Road trips can be unpredictable because road trips aren't just about the destination. They're about the journey. At Outing, we believe in savoring the journey. These moments deserve to be enjoyed fully. Sip and smile. Connect with the moments in between. Because the journey is the story.
Yeah.
Kevin Jones on the 12th. Just 3 pars on the day, hammering this overstable disc around the corner. Yeah, it's pretty far back in the fairway. Tough up and down for birdie.
Paul doesn't like that, and he's right to feel that way. It's kind of a tough part of the fairway. Wouldn't have been bad in the old placement on this hole.
Coming into hole 9, nearly half the field taking birdie on the night today.
Big skip just to the edge of circle 1 for Gannon. And that's the risk you're willing to take for a much easier, more natural line. The backhand's more technical, but you can hit the brakes.
Join me.
Gannon says, join me.
He did.
Outside circle 1. 35-footer.
Yeah, I think that tree might be a little bit more in the way for Kyle.
If you want to stick this forehand, you're going to have to up the technicality. It's going to have to actually be flippy.
That was inside for Isaac and a great reaction to an open putt there.
Mr. Heimburg. Tricky hole 14's tee shot.
It's a tough par from there, Brian. Oh no, this is early in the fairway.
Chance for a par. And Joey in a rough spot here.
What do you think, Grant? You think an up and down is possible?
It is, but he's going to have to pull off what looks like an overhead shot. He's looking at a little window from my vantage point about his 11 o'clock. If he can get enough on it and get it to pan over, it'll come back to the right at the end. It's airborne and it is panning over a little early, but that's going to give him a look. It may not be a great look, but it's in the range of a modern day jump putter, and it's something that he may be able to handle depending on what windows he has at his disposal. Back to you.
That is not where you want to be on hole 9. Just a short 258-foot par 3. Now up to 12. McBeth, second shot. Long flex sidearm.
Slow down.
Oh, just misses the chains. He was asking for it to slow down right away.
It did not slow down.
Yeah, circle's edge, pretty obstructed. Look at the body language there, Brian. Just going to lean into that ante. We haven't seen this KJ in some time.
Nope.
He did take a podium at PCS, but we didn't get to see a ton of that golf on DGN.
Klein, circle 2, look for birdie. Not going to happen. Klein remains at 5. Now Gannon Bird about 38 feet. Looking for his 6th birdie of the front 9. Joey first. And that is going to be a bogey on the 9th. That one stings. Gannon for birdie. Putting stroke has looked phenomenal for him recently. Had the one miss on 5, but has made some really deliberate putts from range. Currently 5th place on the tour, 33.91% circle 2, almost 90% from C1.
33% is 5th. Limits are being pushed every season.
Isaac makes good. And Isaac at 28% from circle 2 is 24th on the Disc Golf Pro Tour.
Wow, so a lot of guys right at that 30% mark.
Marweed now on 12. Got to bend the corner. Yeah. Yep.
Look at the forward roll. Haven't seen anyone there yet. I think he might have the backhand around the right side.
Birdie looked for Heimburg about 100 feet. Tap in par.
And scratch that. How about a wide open flick, Brian?
That is prime real estate for Andrew Marweed, a man who has come so close to winning this tournament. Like you said, losing in a playoff to Kyle Klein.
He's one of those guys. It feels like a win for Marweed is inevitable. The way that he made that run at Champions Cup at Swenson earlier in the year.
Gannon, he's 6 down, going into the back 9. Hardest par 3 in the course. Not going to happen for Gannon. That's going to be a long approach. Got to keep pushing straight. Beautiful drive, left side of the green. Isaac has the highest average career round rating at this tournament, 1044.92. Klein.
Tough. Tough when you hit 9/10 of the fairway and catch that C2 Guardian. can't change much about the shape.
No, you look at all these little gaps you have to hit. That's why a lot of these guys are fading out early and playing to the left side. I would say the biggest gap is kind of early.
Joey's flying through that biggest gap. Wow.
And that is going to do it. Walking up the fairway, some birdie looks for this feature card. Tricky putt from the knee for Paul. Wow, all his weight on the left knee. Makes that look way too easy. Evan Scott.
Disc Golf Pro Tour Silver Series champion up in Montana.
And there's his chance for birdie on the 14th. Chance to go to 6 down. Kevin Jones, birdie look to get to 9. 9 down through 12 holes. This man is on a mission. He wants to be the first 2-time champion of this event.
Could really turn his entire career around. No doubt this season.
Well, I think it's big that he gets on a feature card for the second round to put on a show. You know he loves the spotlight. And now a tricky approach for Gannon. Little pop sidearm with something super overstable.
He seems to be able to make it happen from any situation.
Evan Scott for 4 straight birdies. You bet. Evan Scott, another player with a slow start.
Kev, first forehand we've seen in the MPO division through this gap. I do not like it. That could be in big time trouble if he found the creek right. Is that just discomfort with where the backhand's going?
I don't know. You look at what Paul's doing.
No way, that branch just pulled it back in. I thought that had enough width.
I think that was aggression from Kevin.
Aggression?
Because you saw how flippy that disc was. I think he was trying to late flip one down the fairway.
Well, what's there to gain? I mean, you can't do it.
Fun factor. Kyle Klein.
Oh,
yes!
That guardian tree does not matter. Lofts one up in the air. Never leaves Iser.
Take another look. Gorgeous circle 2 look for Klein. We just talked about how he was struggling in this category. Oh, yeah. Joey. He will stay at 3 down, falling off the pace. And Nate, this is one of those tournaments where you don't get moving early, you can count yourself out pretty quick.
I think 500 is the mark for me. 3-round tournament, great birdie for Isaac here. But it's a 3-round tournament. If you're 4 down or worse, I think your hopes at a W are over.
And these boys will wrap up this par 3 stretch of 9-10 with hole number 11. Gannon kind of enjoys that hole a little bit. We'll talk about that in a second.
This is safe. He's taking his live right next to 17's basket. Oh, no. He stays safe still.
Going on a little safari. Calvin second, 15. Chance for Calvin to get to 8 down.
This is unreal. He's throwing 3 from here without an OB stroke. Drift left. If that just kept drifting, it had a chance. Green flag, bogey at best now for KJ.
Yeah, I really think what he was trying to do was something really aggressive. I don't think there was fear at all in the way he stepped up to the tee. Paul, much more traditional way of playing the hole. That's so masterful.
Just that little bend in the front knee. Take the pace off.
Yeah, like not bracing hard against the front foot.
Yeah, I think one of the first guys to really do that I'm aware of.
Isaac. Up against the base at 11.
Bro, where did he go?
Even though this hole's short, you see it played quite a few different ways. Backhand straight, forehand now. Yeah, no problem there. Circle 1. You sometimes see that low backhand. Gannon, yesterday at the Match Play Championships, dominant victory, but we step up to hole 11 and a fan tells the card there's a $500 bounty he's putting up.
Hearts it.
Hearts it. Point A to point B, Gannon makes $500, but now a different play, forehand.
You gotta wonder, is that a one-time for the world title or his first ace?
Worst question ever.
Remember Katrina aced earlier this year, and she's like, that's my first ace.
I couldn't believe that.
20 years of playing disc golf.
So it happens when you're too good at parking the basket. Joey.
Hates it.
And that's the kind of miss that makes you start to feel bad about yourself. Really.
Like question your skills.
Well, just question the commitment, question the focus. You know, Joey knows he has skills. He won this tournament, but a straight 200-foot shot. Evan Scott, third look on 15. Little off track on that second shot. And not to be, not going to get the 5th straight. Kevin Jones, 4th shot.
And that'll be a circle's edge look for the single bogey. Not guaranteed.
Scott's going to stay at 6 down, 3 holes remaining.
Great birdie for Heimburg. Back on track. He could get to double digits.
Joey going to give this a soft bid.
Good bid.
Off the base. Nice
Big time
putt.
Left side right there. After everything he went through on that, took a little roller coaster on the 13th.
Gannon to get to 7. Gannon's just throwing darts from circle 1. Hard, nose down. You mentioned you've watched Kyle's putt evolve over the years. He actually just mentioned to me recently that he's tried to make even more tweaks even over the past month or so, just trying to simplify the whole motion of that pitch putt.
Okay.
Tap in there for buckets, and we will move on to the 12th. Tap in birdie for Paul.
Textbook.
Not a bad day for Paul McBeth. Taking a breath. McBeth, 9 through 13. Everybody else in the leaderboard finished, including Gavin Babcock. He is in the clubhouse. Let's hear from him now.
Double digits under par on day number 1. Gavin Babcock, 12 down. Tell me about the mindset you had out there today, what it was you were trying to channel through each and every shot.
Yeah, I saw an Instagram video last night before I went to bed. Scotty Scheffler talking about first time he played with Tiger and how much it helped him because they were in like 20th place, no chance of winning the Masters, and just going into every shot, the intensity he brought and hitting every shot like it was going to be the last one that he's ever going to hit, and how much that's helped him. And I watch a lot of golf videos and try to like take bits and pieces of their mindset and how they think and stuff, because it's very applicable to our game. And yeah, I mean, just bringing that into every shot today. And there were a couple times I backed myself off just to re-get in that mindset and just kind of bring the intensity today, and it kind of paid off.
Even par through 4 and then went on a tear, including just 3 pars the rest of the way with an eagle thrown in. Did you have some sense of the pace that you need, not only today, but the pace you need throughout the rest of the weekend?
Yeah, I didn't look at scores today at all, but I mean, at one point I didn't know what I was at. But I knew double digits was going to need to be shot, probably to be towards the top. A place like this, I mean, it's kind of how it is every year. And yeah, I mean, I've been playing this place pretty good, and I just know I can get hot anytime. So even though with the slow start, I was able to stay calm, keep that mindset, and just kind of get hot in the middle.
A running theme this week has been how comfortable the players seem to be here at Idlewild. Just the familiarity with the course, maybe more so than some other courses. Is that a factor, and is it helping when it comes to executing days like today?
Definitely. There's still some really tight gaps, so it's like, I mean, as comfortable as you can be. But yeah, there's definitely some holes where you step up and you just kind of know that something would have to really go wrong to bogey. And I think that stress taken off is a little freeing for a lot of players, and just kind of keeping the hot rounds coming.
Gavin Babcock, well positioned through 1 round with 2 more to go here at Idlewild.
Hole 12, Gannon Burr.
Swirly PD2, really overstable disc. Needed to cut just a little tighter.
And you love hearing from Babcock, just digging deep. He's been out here for so long. I remember seeing him out here before he was even 1,000 rated, grinding these tournaments.
Same.
Living out of the van.
I remember he was throwing these really overstable glideless D1s from Prodigy, and now he's really kind of become a complete golfer, pushing the 1030 mark. Got to admire that.
You have to admire it. It's something that some people will never understand, the commitment he has to this game, and I just love to see him continue to find that motivation. Calvin Heimburg on 16. That is beautiful.
You know, do you send it from there? The green light for the eagle bid?
I've never had that arm, so it's hard for me to even put myself in his shoes, but I think you can.
Cheat it, go.
Wow, the fans.
And a forward roll, too. This is moving into jump putt territory for McBeth. Let's mark it 10 down at least through 14.
Take a look at this again. That's going to be a jump putt for Paul. 14 was eagled today. Ryan Mon got it.
Look at this flip up. This could be even better. Doesn't get the roll, but that's as good as you can do with the forehand.
And Nate, what is the strategy here? What is Calvin thinking?
This is really a 13-speed Quasar from Millennium. This is one of his longer flying discs right here. He's just going to full power hyzer. Now, I don't think this is going for the green. I think an ideal spot is right in front of the creek. Yeah, it's green flag. I think you want to see it ride out a little longer. Isaac pushed a little deep, still made the mandatory. Has this backdoor look. We've seen a few people get up and down this weekend. Here's another one. Doesn't hit a thing. It must be wider than it appears on camera over there.
There's not a lot of underbrush, so a lot of times it's a roll of the dice when you're back there. You might have a lane with a few 3-foot gaps, and these guys are good enough to hit these gaps if it's not too far away. Gannon, on the other hand, dealer's choice. Dare I say jump putt? We saw him do it with a driver yesterday.
Yeah, he's pushing 200 here. No way.
He's in between. Gannon's lining up. Grant Zellner, talk to us. What do you see?
Well, I don't think he's going to jump putt it, but he certainly can use a little finesse here. He's got the power to disc down and to try to sort of flex something through the widest gap, which will mean bending the disc back to the right with a little height. And he missed his line by literally no more than 3 or 4 inches. He needed to push that tree to give the disc enough time to sweep back, and he pushed it just literally 3 or 4 inches too far.
Yeah, it's a fine line out here.
Joey's second shot. This is going to be a touchy forehand.
Got to push past this one first before it turns. Yeah, too wide on the hand.
You find yourself in a lot of situations where you're going to have to throw something intuitive. There's a lot of times where you're straddling out, throwing that kind of hard chop forehand that needs to get back to flat. Marweed on 14.
Don't love this. Little inside. Oh, it's still flying. What? What? Through everything, Brian.
If you've played this hole before, you realize how ridiculous that shot just was. He is going to be delighted.
It's a contender for the OTB luckiest shot of the day with Joey's
we need to
earlier
get the
on
Kentucky
8.
Lottery to sponsor one of these segments. Kyle.
No. Just inside that tree. Shallow C2 for a birdie.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah, not a problem from Joey.
Soul 12 stand here on the day. Only half the field taking birdie, playing .3 under par.
James from a tricky spot. I guess not.
Throws a putter on a rope. Cruises just over the OB Creek. This is where that hyzer ended up. And he dunks it. That's to get back on a perfect pace on this back 9. Double digits with 2 holes remaining.
That's a thing of beauty. Just a simple straddle, let the back leg carry on. That's a legal circle 2 putt. You love to see the players display balance. Just let the weight carry just a little bit forward. And just a little 90-foot putt from the knee under the pin.
It's impressive to get down there to the flat. Ball here after the forward roll. It's in the air. Come on. Oh. What a highlight that would have been. It's going to move him to double digits with 4 to go.
Kyle Klein to get to 8 through 12. Great speed, drops it in on the weak side. He really has simplified his putt. He's not swinging his arm as much as he used to. It still is, but I understand what he's saying.
Yeah, he had a little bit more of that kind of Marwee dip to it. Like
Yes.
he would start higher and draw it lower toward the ground. Just from my speculation, it almost seemed like when Marwee first beat Kyle at the Michigan State Championships, Kyle's like, okay, maybe I should pick a few things up off this kid.
Why would you not?
I have to love that when there's mimicry amongst the world of disc golf.
Kevin Jones scraping a little grass on the straddle putt. Birdie.
Potentially another star frame coming here.
And we kind of glazed over it, but James's shot to get that birdie was ridiculous. That was one of the best shots we saw all day. Tough footing, hard putter shot, multiple tight gaps to hit. Look at that grouping. Second feature card. Shooting solid, 10-9-6-5 through 14 holes. Paul McBeth, chance to go way low heading into the backstretch of the course. Forehand on 15. Yeah, he's been throwing that disc for a long time. Flippy distance driver up the hill. He's going to be able to stretch out, at least throw a backhand. You want to get more left. And Kevin's had some history on this hole. Not too positive of history, but he made up for it. Up the fairway. Now Calvin.
Yeah, it's not too often you get a tree named after you. It stays safe. Nice little roll out there. Another C2 look, shallow C2 look for birdie to go to 11.
Robinson, 13.
Way up high in the window. Oh, and that gets pulled into the creek.
Frankly, on this hole, you want to find the earth. You want to drive this down. Kyle tried to do that.
There's a butterfly on my shoulder. I saw it when I pulled back.
A butterfly lands on his shoulder.
Saw it a little too late.
Smooth shot from Gannon Burr. Nice position. Now I want to see if we can get a... There it is. And I don't know if it's a butterfly. I might say moth.
Well, moths are nocturnal, Brian, so...
A moth that works the night shift. We're going to throw to commercial break. We'll see you on the other side.
The discovery of electricity, the first flight, democracy, splitting the atom, computers, modern medicine, space travel, and of course, the Royal Line from Latitude 64.
This bag
is lighter.
very sturdy,
Comfortable. It's beautiful. I'm in love with it.
I feel like I'm just gonna have this bag forever and it's never gonna fail me.
This is the Octothorpe reimagined.
If you design, if you test, if you manufacture, there is only one technology partner you need. TriMet Group is the leading provider of design, engineering, and manufacturing solutions for thousands of companies across North America and Europe. Innovation starts here. TriMetGroup.com.
Hi, my name is Garrett Gerthy, and I use the Double G Compact Cart. I choose the compact cart because I don't use too many discs in competition. The compact cart is just the perfect amount of discs. It's nice to have a small compact cart. It's lighter, it's maneuverable, and with the materials being nice and weather resistant, this cart is absolutely perfect. I'd recommend the compact cart for juniors, beginners, and mold minimalists.
Dynamic disc has meant everything to me. And when I made the decision to come back, I knew I had to make it big. Give the fans something they want, something they won't ever forget. If I'm coming back, I've got to do it right.
Bobby, what are you doing?
Nothing. Just doing a little brainstorming. You know what we should bring back? We should bring back the Disc Golf Answer Man.
Welcome back, Andrew Marweed, hole 15. Nearly dunks it again, bullseye. Mr. Conrad.
I've missed it. I've missed watching it. That body English, that little fadeaway to get the putter to turn over.
Conrad's going to have a birdie look there on 15. Now Isaac, another forehand. Third shot.
$120, bro. I literally used to, I think my first year on tour, maybe like...
Not bad. Advancing the fairway, now McBeth. Oh, man. Another circle 3 look. Just clipped a branch, took a little bit of speed off of it. Same green, KJ. Yes, sir. Automatic. There was a period of time, especially right around when he won this tournament, he was the guy to pick for a shallow circle 2-putt.
Yep. He certainly preferred them.
Yeah.
Preferred 34 versus 28.
Now James for birdie, just inside. That is not going to happen for James. No birdie for him. He's going to stay at 6 down. Second shot on 13.
Again with the jump putt mid. Such a weapon. Don't have to take a swing.
It just completely dwarfs these courses. And that's what he was telling to Grant Zellner yesterday after his match play match. He said, this course on the par 4s, you can just completely dwarf this place. You just got to get your tee shot up there, and the second shot to the pin is no problem. Paul McBeth. Par. He's 10 down going into the 16th. Not going to happen for Robinson. Still a little work left on this. 20-25 feet on the comeback.
Yeah, really fortunate to not run away into the creek there.
And just not starting to look too crisp. Bogey for Isaac.
Second one of the day. Had one earlier on 8.
That just stinks to see the bogey sandwich on 4 birdies, 9 through 12. And Joey is sitting at 3 under, slow pace today. And the bogey actually brings him back to 2.
Yeah, 13 is also one of the few holes playing over par during round 1. 35% of the field taking birdie and yet still playing over par. The only hole on the back 9 playing over par.
Heading into the back stretch of this course, Babcock, Longnecker still at the top. We'll see you soon after this break.
What is the simplest way to improve your disc golf game? The answer, learn from the very best. Paul Ulibarri, Simon Lizotte, Ezra Aderhold, and Holland Hanley. They're not just players, they are your elite coaches guiding you every step of the way. The Power Disc Golf Academy is the premier online disc golf academy with over 150 on-demand lessons that are specifically designed to improve your skills right now. So what are you waiting for? Join today at powerdga.com.
When you think of Cincinnati, you might think of the breweries or the skyline. Yeah, that one too. But what about disc golf? Did you know Cincinnati was ranked number 8 in the nation? And since that list came out, we've had 3 new top-rated courses. In fact, we have 15 top-rated courses, and all of them are free to play. So save your money for the Pro Shop and plan your next disc golf getaway to Greater Cincinnati.
There's a place where the game meets the extraordinary. Eagles Crossing Disc Golf, a realm of lush fairways and peaceful woods, where every hole offers a new chapter in your adventure. Explore this one-of-a-kind disc golf property that boasts not 1, but 2 championship-level courses. Eagles Crossing is where your perfect round begins. Book your tee time online at eaglescrossingdiscgolf.com.
Hi everyone, I'm Katrina Allen on behalf of Team DGA. We're going to talk to you today about the release of my Typhoon in the Atmos plastic. First reaction to the Atmos Typhoon, it has the dome of the Protos, it has the grip of the First Flights, but these are a little stiffer and I think they're prettier. That flies so good. In addition to the Typhoon, we're also releasing the Sonar and the Quake in the Ultra Premium Atmos plastic.
Back to the Disc Golf Network, rounding out the 2025 season. We're on the home stretch. However, we get a sneak peek of the 2026 season, kicking off the year at Olympus yet again at the Supreme Flight Open, but we're heading to a new stop in Louisiana, the Big Easy Open. Park des Familles on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. John Houck design, highly anticipated event. New Orleans gets its Disc Golf Pro Tour. Cannot wait.
Yeah, just a little earlier in Jazz Fest, but that's all right. We'll catch some good tunes in town.
Gannon Burr.
Driven through the gap.
There's nothing wrong with that. Good.
Love it.
Kyle Klein is right. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. That should be, again, another one of these par fours. Gannon might be able to jump that up to the green.
I think you're right. I think he'll take that same yellow mid and jump it.
Kyle going on the flex side this time. Look how overstable this thing is.
What is it being like? Yeah, I kicked a lot. What is with my distractions on my rock?
Middle of the fairway, a little bit more work to do than Gannon. And this is so technical from Isaac.
Oh, I thought he had it. Yeah, for me, it's because the gap is so late in the flight and it's so easy to throw that backhand straight. Here's Paul on 16, second shot. Maybe a little wider than he wanted.
Shoe coming at you.
Oh, so close, but it makes it over the OB. What a difference that makes.
We saw in the picture-in-picture Calvin getting the hard kick left. This is where he is now on 18. Second shot. Touchy forehand. Into a roller.
Uh-oh. Almost instant bogey over there. Here we go. Big KJ Heiser coming up. Almost flipping it up to flat.
That is a crispy shot from Kevin Jones. Way down the fairway. Chance for an eagle.
Yeah, almost pin high. Way left. Marweed going flippier here. Great chance for the man that really is redefining what you need to do on the putting green.
And he's doing it in his own way. Nobody else really has the stroke that he has.
Is he first in C2 as well?
No, he's not.
Okay, so he's pushing 93%. He's first in C1. That Raven Newsom was up there for a bit.
He's first in Circle 1X.
Lucas Carmichael. Anthony Barella in second at 35%.
Calvin, third shot.
Yeah. Don't see an up and down from here. Sky forehand, maybe hoping for a little rollout.
That's going to be more than likely a bogey for Calvin. Going to take him back to 9 under, a solid start. And now Kyle Klein, approach to the green. Frustrated with the footing on the gravel.
Damn, dude.
Paul.
Yes. Oh, dude.
Right on line.
All day.
Just been giving himself too many long looks. Turn these 70-footers into 40-footers. We might have a different day for Paul. Still a great pace he's on. 10 down through 16. Chance to go to 11.
Tap in coming up. Berg going to go to 9. 4 holes remaining.
You want me to go, Joey? Yeah.
And Isaac, third shot up to the green. It's going to be a tap-in par.
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Thank you, Joey.
Took himself on a little roller coaster ride for a second. Back on the ground.
Yeah, tough finish for Calvin. Drop in bogey.
9 down, still very much in it. We'll just have to see how some of these other guys, Klein, Burr, how they finish. Marweed now for Eagle.
Oh, started low, stayed low with the nose down.
Yeah, this is just a nose angle thing. Didn't quite get the pop last second. Ideally, when you're making a circle 2 look, the popping of the fingers happens right when the disc starts to move forward. If you're a little bit late on that.
Check out that nose angle right down there. Get it a little flatter. It's in the chains all day. Kev Jones, way left.
Come on.
Oh.
Stays up top. Kyle Klein. Gannon will take the birdie. He will be at 9 under par, no bogeys. And Paul gets to 11.
1 off the lead, 2 holes remaining.
Chance for Kev to get to that mark as well. 15-footer. Yes, sir. 12 birdies on the day for Kevin Jones. A bogey on the 13th.
Why is that there?
Gannon squares up the tree.
Takes me back to Sexton's poem, "Why are trees?" Why was that there?
Gannon sidearm off to the right side. Klein trying to make the correction.
Oh, word. Dude, I don't know what is going on.
You'll have a better line.
Actually, not a terrible spot. You can throw another flex sidearm from there.
It's reachable.
I just think this golf is more shots to
Welcome back. Sorry for the technical difficulties there. Gannonburr on the 15th, right side of the fairway.
Definitely not doing that.
I think he talked himself out of the hero shot. He's got this one inside lane. Curious if he'll attempt it. Yeah, feeds it right through.
I think that was a really flippy disc he tried throwing on that one, trying to get it up to flat almost. Was there a chance for him to stretch out left and throw the backhand turnover?
I don't think it would help him too much. I don't think the up and down was possible.
Definitely want to be on the left side of this fairway.
3 more.
Getting at 9 down.
There we go. Thank you.
Kyle moving the dead and unattached log from his lie.
Oh, Kyle, come on.
And not happy with that shot. Kyle so close to a stellar day. He's still 8 down. Still has 3 more holes to birdie. Just needs to get up and down here. Anything in the double digits plays. The winner's going to be well over 30 under par. I'm guessing 32 to 35.
Yep. I'm right there with you. I think if you average 11,
A lot more of these than
you're
I
in
planned.
contention.
Now Isaac on the left side going forehand again. This is going to be a really choppy, overstable driver here.
Go. Go.
So good. So good. Bullseye birdie for Isaac.
Has it when he needs it. Joey won't have to chop this one as much, but just never committed to it, and it still works out. Similar putt to what he had yesterday to win the match.
Yeah, great day yesterday. Saw some glimpses of the Joey buckets that won this tournament last year.
Yeah.
The confidence on the putting green, the confidence off the tee. Today, not the same day. Still a chance to put up a decent number. He's just got a birdie out. Kevin Jones, birdie look on 17.
This is to tie the lead. Stings, second bogey on the day, coming on an OB putt.
Circle 3 look for Gannon. He's putting this from the knee. Does he have the ceiling? No. Gannon will take the par. He stays at 9 down, going into the 16th. Paul to get to the tie for the lead.
Just never got the arm up above the rim. You think that's because the OB was kind of behind the pin?
You know, it might have been. Might have been a tiny bit of doubt. Klein, third shot.
No, so bad. Nice layup.
And Kyle doing a little bit of commentary for us. It's going to be a tap-in par. Now up ahead, Marweed, his third shot. OB.
Oh.
And Nate, sorry to say, your Tier 3 pick and Andrew Marweed just went out of bounds on 17. This is the Hold My Bag Fantasy Disc Golf battle between myself and Nate Perkins. We drafted players in all 5 tiers, and you can play too. Head on over to holdmybagdg.com.
I think I'm doing pretty well, though. It's a close matchup, but I'm doing pretty well.
We'll just have to see.
Ezra Robinson, 9 down. AB, 8 down. All of that on the back 9. But Paul McBeth, 11 under.
Now Joey to get to 3. Nice putt.
That is a great putt. We also have to mention that we chose the first 3 players the same at first, and we had to switch it up. You allowed me to have Gannon Burr and Paul McBeth.
I'm ready to live on the edge a little bit. I'm ready to mix it up.
Great approach there from Isaac with the forehand.
And we will move on to the 16th final 3 holes. Kevin Jones after the out-of-bounds airball putt. That was a bogey after a beautiful drive. And 12 down still stands strong. Last break of the day here on the Disc Golf Network. We'll see you guys on the other side very soon.
Legends built it. The next generation is elevating it. The most dominant team in disc golf history just got deeper. World champions, record breakers, the future of the game, united under one banner. This isn't just competition, it's a legacy in motion. This is the next chapter. Discraft, built for flight.
That Cage.
Welcome back. Hole 18 flyover, brought to you by Flight Factory Discs. Nate, walk us through.
Classic hole out here. It's funny when a hole doesn't change at all and they take it from a par 5 to a par 4. You have to get up and over the hill, but you can't get the nose too high or you'll risk drifting off to the left or turning off to the right. Really just need to throw dead straight, start it straight, finish straight. 350 gets you into that birdie zone. Anywhere up here, you're in the clear. This has led to some phenomenal finishes over the years. Very unpredictable. 34% of the field taking birdie today, still playing under par.
Flight Factory is now offering profile photos of every disc with the parting line height and dome measurements to help you know exactly how the disc will fly. Avoid surprises and shop at flightfactorydisc.com to find the exact disc you are looking for. Paul McBeth on the tee of 18.
That's the nose control.
That is smoked.
Yeah, you get it flat and it's not going to fade too much at the end. Prime time position.
Jones.
Also masterful. Little less pace than Paul. Still well into the birdie zone.
This is such a fun shot to throw. It's hard to throw straight and throw up at the same time. Tee of 16, Robinson. He throws those tight flexes.
And again, it's just so impressive how he starts it way up in the air, but it's nose down.
Well, he's kind of tugging it with a little bit of Anheuser. These things he's throwing are super overstable. Klein. Kyle, kind of the opposite thrower of the backhand to Isaac Robinson. A lot of hyzer release, a lot of play with the nose angle, flip points.
And where does Gannon compare to those two?
I mean, he can do both now, right?
Yeah, right. Used to be all Annie to flat. Then was for a second like all hyzer flip.
Well, I would say now his stock, when it comes to a stock shot, is still that stall hyzer. I think that's still his comfort zone. Kevin, 18.
Big forehand required here. He's going to like it. Stop rolling. Takes it from makeable to almost impossible.
Yeah, that's going to be a stretch out sidearm, I think. You got a little backstop behind it, but not where you want to be. Marweed, prime real estate. He's got space off to the left. Shallow. Skips through underneath the canopy. That's going to be a circle one look to finish out the day. Gannon.
Doesn't quite get up to flat. Plenty of pace. Right to the front side of the creek. 40-foot look for the eagle.
Do any of these players try to run the green itself? Or is it coming in with too much pace, hitting that turf would just be a bad idea?
Yeah, I don't know too many players that are trying to do it. It does happen. Kyle getting to play to the left side of this bush. Clean hyzer flip.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Gets inside circle one. There's only about a 5-foot strip of land he could have done that with.
I threw in like my trail foot.
Kyle said his back is feeling pretty good.
Just to give you guys some reference, 60 birdies on the day, 11 eagles. Hole 16 playing as the easiest hole on the track.
I think it's time for them to let the tall grass grow up a little bit more narrow on this hole.
I'm with you. Let's tighten it up.
Let's tighten it up. We're not playing it. Robinson puts himself late circle two. Still a look. And you wonder, looking at the scoring spread, does something need to be done actually, Nate? Do we need to make any adjustments on this hole?
It's tough to say. I like an eagle run.
McBeth.
An up and down here, and he is tied for the lead. He's been great from C1 today. I think just one miss on the day on the 17th.
And let's take a look at the birdie zone here on 16, brought to you by Birdie Pro.
All right, 350 is, yeah, as far as you can be away from the pin here to still attack. And most players are kind of pushing that 400 mark, even the 500 mark up and over here. And then most players are throwing the big hyzer around the bush. We saw Kyle Klein hyzer flip one up and in. Ideal situation is landing short of the creek right here. And we're going to have 4 eagle putts coming up.
Birdie Zone Flyover brought to you by Birdie Pro, #1 selling disc golf board game. Head on over to BodaBrothers.com and grab a copy for yourself. Isaac from late circle 2. Joey for eagle. 45-footer. Yep. That's the 3 for Joey. Needs to build a little bit of momentum. Still a chance to put up a respectable number. 7 down, like you said. I still think keeps a minute. He's going to have to shred the final 2 days.
You could hear Gannon at the top of that arc on Joey's putt. Call it in.
Gannon to get to 11. So easy. Makes it look like a 20-footer.
And there's no wind out there. It's hard to see him missing a putt like that.
Well, here's Kevin Jones's chance on 18. Gives it 100% effort. That was to get to 11 under, 10 down on the day for Kev. Klein. And that's going to get him to 10 down.
Card just played at 7 under. We have to keep in mind it's dead calm out there today as well. So when the wind picks up, you're likely not going to see 13 eagles.
Well, I think it's an exciting hole, regardless of the scoring spread. I do love that the players have to play as close to that OB Creek as possible, and you're likely going to have to hit a circle 2 putt to get that 3. McBeth to tie the lead. Yes, he does. Longnecker, Babcock, McBeth. Andrew Marweed, less than stellar performance to his standards. This is a par look. Stay at 5.
Uncharacteristic. The man putting 93% on the season.
That single putt, you're already having a rough day. And a miss a putt for par to take a bogey to finish your first round, that's just an exhausting putt to have to miss.
Kev Jones, one of the better rounds of his season. Conrad, respectable 6 under par. Pretty flat finish there on the last 4.
And we are officially in crunch time, brought to you by our friends at 1010 Discs. We are commercial free until the end of the day.
Well, 17 averaging just barely under par on the day. Third of the field taking birdie. Very conservative.
That'll be an exciting putt for Gannon. Framed up downhill with the OB all around. It's been a steady march for Gannon today. This course really makes you do that a lot. You have to play away from the green itself, but try to get as close as possible. Isaac going backhand here. A little bit more aggressive. And not going to pay off. OB flag still going to be inside the circle. And they are walking up the fairway of 17. Paul McBeth tied for the lead in the clubhouse with Grant Zellner. Take it away.
With Paul McBeth, a 12-under par day. Paul, the game looks great and has looked great for some time now. Can you talk about the balance between knowing the game is great and you're very, very close to breaking through in the winner's circle, but also the frustration of being that close for a while now?
Yeah, I mean, I felt in control of my drives, which is big, and the putting feels good. I think I missed 2 in the circle today, which I'd love to have those and drop a 14, but game feels good overall. And I feel in control of everything, which really just comes down to doing the field work and putting the time in.
How much of that kind of work have you been able to find to do with a recent long jaunt to Europe and all of the busyness of this stage of the season? How are you able to find time to do field work and that kind of prep?
Well, some events we're very fortunate. Like this one, we have a field right here next to T1, so you can go out and do field work all day, you know, at any time you want, practice, tournament days. So that's a very convenient thing that we got going here. So I've taken advantage of that this week, and I feel like it really locked me in going into today. And hopefully, if I feel like something's off, I can clean it up before the round tomorrow as well.
Talking a lot about weather, maybe because of the heat that you all have played through recently. Tomorrow, maybe a little bit warmer today, maybe some direct sun. Do you feel well acclimated to that at this point, or at this late stage of the season? Is it starting to get a little bit tired, a little bit wearisome?
Well, I almost thought I could wear pants today. I thought it was going to be a little cooler, but it really warmed up, and it's hot right now. So it is nice. You don't feel as drained after the rounds. So I think we might see hot scores carry on throughout the weekend, as people have that energy. But yeah, this is nothing compared to what we've had the last 2 months nearly.
Paul McBeth, T1 after 1 at Idlewild.
Thank you.
Gannon not going to make his putt. Bucket's not going to make his. Tricky downhill death putts here. Now Kyle Klein lines up the same. Chance to get to 11. Yes, sir. That is a pro-level birdie putt, and that's what hole 17 sets up for.
It's wild to be on hyzer the whole time and yet really never leave the chains.
Let's take a look at this putt again.
It doesn't really travel too far from right to left. It's pretty straight up and down the whole flight.
Well, if you're a hyzer putter, I think the last thing you want to do is have a disc that's overstable by nature. I think you want something that pushes straight. Isaac's going to make good on the par putt after going out of bounds. Gannon's going to tap in, and Nate, we're going to look at this putt again, break this down for us. He's tried to simplify the stroke. What should new players be looking out for?
Well, yeah, keeping it simple, right? What we talked about earlier, Kyle used to really bring the putter high, almost above his head, and then he would draw it way down to the ground, right? And he just started it here and went to here. So that's all the distance that he needs to generate that power, right? It doesn't come too far down where he used to start it way up high and draw it down below his knee. So keep things simple, keep it repeatable, but in the end, putting is all about confidence, right? There's a million ways to do it. The most important thing is that you're comfortable and confident with your stroke.
Slow-mo brought to you by Disc Golf Deals USA. And Nate, you're right about that. And I think it's so nice to see Kyle say he's working on his stroke, and it's paying off for him. Kevin Jones in the clubhouse, 10 under par. Let's hear from him now.
KJ USA, you said it yourself just a few moments ago as you came off 18 interview. It's my first in the year. How does it feel to be in something of a spotlight?
It's nice to be here. The game is complete, and yeah, that was just a fact, you know. Don't like it, but it's good to be back.
Let's talk a little more about that. You like an audience. It's affected, or it's part of your play. It's part of your hobbies with your music. You enjoy being in front of people. Talk about how that gives you energy, that gives you juice, that gives you focus. Talk about hearing the crowd and what that does for you.
Well, I basically am able to feed off of other people's energy. So if you're giving me good energy, I'm going to be able to take that and turn it into positivity for myself. And so I like having cards like I had today, where it's good friends of mine that can pump me up for a shot, and I give it right back to them. So it helps me a lot.
You went 10 under par today, one of only a handful to go double digits under par, but you also have some idea of the pace that it may take to be in the conversation on Sunday. Do you need to get a little more out of tomorrow in order to be on track for Sunday, or do you think 310s will do it?
310s is going to put you in a great spot. 310s will put you in a place to make a move on that on those last few holes.
Well, you're in a place now to make a move going into moving day. Kevin Jones at 10 under after 1 at Idlewild.
Thank you.
Kyle Klein, tee shot of 18. Not going to happen there. We heard it this morning. Katrina Allen said this is her favorite shot to throw at the tournament.
Wow.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think these players enjoy this shot?
Potentially because it's so satisfying to see a disc fly straight into the sunlight out there.
It's a very specific hyzer flip. You're getting the disc up in the air because of the uphill nature of the tee shot. Joey, a little bit too high.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get the nose up. It just starts to taper off, and that's almost out of the birdie zone, not because of the distance, but because of the angle.
And Gannon, that's not a fairway driver in his hand. Gannon is that confident with the fast distance driver. Brutal kick off to the left.
Yeah, price you pay for going fast.
Automatic par at best from there. Robinson, 8 down. Chance to put up a respectable 9 to finish the day. That's going to be decent. And as they walk up the fairway of 18, we are going to bring it into the DGN booth. Nate, full day at Idlewild. I love this course. You love this course. A lot of the players are saying the same thing. What do you make of the day with the MPO division?
Well, it's predictable in the fact that we know they're going to shred. We know they're going to shred the front 9, and yet unpredictable in the way that you start missing your gaps there on the back. You're going to be put in some uncomfortable spots. You're going to have to get crafty. And like you said, it sets you up for a lot of placement shots that are outside the circle. You have to hit some putts from C2 if you want to score, and it's just fun. I also love the pace, right? This is quick. They're playing a little over 3 hours for a full round.
Well, like you said, there's an element of course design that I really like about this track. And we see it on holes like 17. We see it on holes like 16, hole 6, where you're not even thinking about sticking your shot on the playing surface in circle 1. You're playing for a 40-footer, and you're challenged by your depth perception. I don't care what the rangefinder says. It's all feel. It's all touch. And that's how you challenge these top players. Setting people up to hit that 45-foot downhill death putt like Klein did on 17, that's pro disc golf.
As it stands, with a Kyle Klein par and a Gannon Burr par, Gannon would take that final spot on the lead card. He is in trouble over here on the left side. We have not seen someone this left all day.
Look how tiny that gap is.
Yeah, a couple of options. That one that you mentioned right there. And there's also the more conservative route around everything. He's got a 9-speed in his hands.
Love this selection. He doesn't have to kill it.
To riskier inside gap, and that's a great rollout. Definitely a chance for an up and down par. He's going to take a crispy shot up and over the hill under the cedars. Klein in a much better position.
This has been another one of those days we've been seeing a lot from Gannon this year, where he's moving through the course. You're not necessarily thinking he's on fire, but he's right here 1 stroke off the lead.
Got the same feeling today.
He got the birdies he needed to get. He dwarfed these short par 4s, was able to jump putt or almost jump putt up to the green. And that's what he said the ticket is to scoring well in this course. Klein going sidearm.
Yeah, that tree does look to be right in his way. He's going to go outside it and split the gap. I think just playing for the par there. I think if he really needed the birdie, he would have sent it.
Klein is sitting at 11 under par. That's going to put him in a solid spot. Doesn't need to get to 12. Said he made that unnecessarily complicated, but got out in the open, chance to get up and down.
Yeah, but if I run it, then I got to throw it chain high. The chain high is great.
4 different champions of this event, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Also, some options here for Joey. He's going to go this Annie out wide. Keep turning.
Did you see that little footwork at the end? The little body weight shift, pulling the disc back?
Little joystick action.
That was a little
away.
joystick action. And sometimes when you're kind of pinched off, you have to do that. We saw James do it on 15, kind of pulling his follow-through backwards to tug the disc over. Let's look at this again. What do you see?
Exactly what you said. Falls away. Starts it on the Annie that he finishes it on. I like to think of it as a little bit of an arc, visualizing the entire line. Isaac found a window over here left. 20 feet left for the birdie.
Completely respectable 9 under par. I know he was probably unhappy with the 2 bogeys, 8 and 13. Overall, a very solid day. You put together 11 birdies out here. That's the pace you need to hit.
Relevant moment right here for Gannon. Needs this. Stay on lead card. Or to earn that lead card. Asking for the skip. Not going to get it. It's a tricky putt from the circle's edge. Likely going to a knee there.
Well, there's one spot it won't skip. Right there.
Another player I would love to have mic'd up for an entire round. He'll break it down for us.
Man, his mind is moving a million miles an hour. He's taking in so much data. He's always analyzing every situation. That's why he's gotten so good. He's been a sponge. You talk about juniors disc golfers being sponges, soaking up info left and right. He has been that since he started playing this game.
I thought I was going to hit the wood chips and skip out to like 20. I was like, don't you dare. Don't hit those wood chips. So, that's all we can do right now.
Under the basket.
Yes, sir. I'm not going to count my chicken.
I've heard stories of Gannon Burr watching DGN in the fairway to rewatch his shots on the delay.
Wow. What up, Gannon?
I hope he doesn't watch it with sound on.
Yeah.
I would hope he wouldn't be that guy.
On speakerphone. Just
Joey to get to 6. Tough birdie look, circle 2. Just a bland day out there on the course for Joey. Showed some brilliance, 15 and 16. Couldn't quite get it going in the final 2. And this is Gannon's shot at staying on the lead card. He putts nose down normally. He might have to float this one a little bit unless he stabs it.
Yeah, he could punch it through that window right there.
Got it.
Oh, wow. He did. He just punched it right through those cedar branches. We'll see Gannon Burr all day tomorrow.
Well, Nate, as we tap out, I think the story is Jesse Longnecker going to bed tonight knowing he is getting up in the morning and getting ready to play with arguably the greatest player of all time, and now undoubtedly the greatest player on the planet, setting a new bar for his generation. That's why you play this game. That's why you come out to these events to test your stuff.
Thanks so much for being out here today, and let's hear it for the future cars.
Kyle Klein, also a fantastic 11 under par effort, bogey free, and still left a lot out there.
I had to make that. I wasn't to shoot below my rating.
Jesse Longnecker, 2025 Collegiate National Champion, tied with Gavin Babcock and Paul McBeth going into round number 2 here in Burlington.
So Jesse at Ledgestone last week, he shoots a 10 under at Eureka Temp final round to finish in 16th place. I was just going down, obviously a hobby over the years to look. I see this guy in 16th. I'm like, oh, I've never heard of this name before. It's a great finish. Click on it. What a year he's having, right? I look at his season. He's won 4 A-tiers. He won 3 A-tiers in a row, and then the 16th place at Ledgestone. And then I'm looking further down the list. I have to look into the AM division. What do you know? D1 singles title. I'm like, wait a second. So we talk about him later that night on the All Birdies, No Bogeys podcast. I'm like, we got to look out for this guy. And very next round shows up 12 under par. I can't wait to see the style that he brings. It's you've got to be doing a lot right to shoot 12 down at Idlewild.
Well, we got a lot to talk about and unpack from the day. On the other side of this commercial break, it's Tournament Central time. We're back, baby.
What's going on, guys? Hold My Bag just launched the greatest disc golf fantasy game in the universe.
Hold My Bag just dropped the best fantasy disc golf game the planet has ever seen.
I want to tell you guys about the newest disc golf fantasy game
on the market.
One of my favorite parts is the hold my bag. This is something that we started doing, and it's actually a lot of fun.
Don't drown till I catch this wave.
You play disc golf long enough, you can relate to this experience. You adjust your stance, you change your putter, you make all these little tweaks to improve your form. But at the end of the day, sometimes you just have to go back to fundamentals. That's exactly what we did with the Octothorpe. More stable, more refined, more features for the modern disc golfer. This is the Octothorpe reimagined.
Back to Tournament Central here on the Disc Golf Network. But before then, head on over to jomezpro.com. Get yourself a 2025 Tour Series Emperor. Big time distance driver from Infinite. We got some Emperors on the disc golf course. Longnecker Babcock, Paul McBeth. Want to kick off the show talking about Mr. McBeth.
Yep.
Great day out there. Said he felt like he was in control. Nate, what do you make of the day from Paul?
Well, it's always a pleasure to watch the greatest of all time navigate through a course like this. As he said, he was in full control. You know, he dropped 2 circle 1 putts, both at the far end of the circle. Uphill look on the 10th, dropped that one, and then slightly downhill toward the OB on the 17th. You know, 30-footers are excusable. Went to a knee twice today. Made one here on the 1st and then later on the 12th. Remember, he went deep and made one from a knee. This was one of your favorite shots of the day, Brian.
Just tough footing all around. You have so many situations on this course where your body weight gets dragged in a certain direction and you can't take a full approach. This is prime Paul McBeth. Full kind of swing, slows everything down in ratio, right inside circle 1 and 11.
Here he is. Here's that putt on 12. Reaching
all
way
his
out.
Weight.
Puts it on the pole, high side. It's a big force forehand, slightly flipping up through the gap, and then watch this roll. Great skip, and then just gets on edge. Puts him into jump putt territory on 14. That got him to double digits.
thing that was shocking for me was how good he was from outside of circle 2, how close he got on multiple putts from jamming outside of 20 meters. And then Paul, another solid circle's edge putt that got him to that 12 under par mark.
Yeah, 15 for 18, circle 2 in regulation.
Paul has not won this tournament since 2018, and that was a chaotic year on the Disc Golf Pro Tour here. Weather delays galore.
He still hasn't won since 23 over in Norway. Shocking to even think that. He's been in contention really all season long. He's put his foot forward early. He just hasn't turned in a complete event yet.
Well, you look at his stats in general. He's not bad. He's top 10 in a lot of the driving categories. We're used to seeing him in first place in the driving categories. His putt, decent. 10th in circle 1, I believe 7th in circle 2. Solid year there. It's the scrambling. It's the keeping things clean that has been a struggle for him. He's 34th on tour in that category. And on a course like this, you have to scramble if you want to score well. On the other side of things, Gannon Buhr did another Gannon Buhr thing. He shot an 11 under par day. And I don't think either of us were remarking how well he was playing.
No, he had a slow stretch over there, just 2 birdies on the stretch from 8 to 12. And, you know, he was off, right? He was 13 for 18 C2 in regulation. So really missed 5 tee shots, only 10 for 18 C1 in regulation. Putting was crisp. This PD shot here on the 4th. Really doesn't get much better. Chip flick into the green there for a birdie. It was a clean start, 3 through 4. The ace disc.
I love this shot. Back foot anchored on the ground, sloping down to the right, adjusted the balance. Perfect shot there. Now on 9.
Buried it. Missed the birdie on 10. Good scramble there on the 10th. And then here's buried this one for the eagle from 40.
Gannon Buhr is in the clubhouse with Grant Zellner. Grant, take it away.
With Gannon Buhr after an 11 under par effort on day 1 at Idlewild, I want to get some mechanics out of the way first. On 13, we saw you lasering your jump putt. Yesterday, we saw a long downhill jump putt during the match play event on the downhill 12. Exactly what range do you need for a jump putt or a standstill? What are your numbers there?
Yeah, I mean, standstill, it kind of just depends, especially on the footing. I mean, anything like 120 and in probably. And then outside of that, I've been jump putting. That yellow disc is an MD3, an S-Line MD3. So I'll jump putt that from pretty much like anywhere inside 200, it feels like. I mean, definitely if it depends on the slope or the ground play. Like out here I get more ground play than usual just because it's more hard pan in the woods. So if it's like 180 feet, I can kind of play like a 25-foot skip even. So, but yeah, I mean, I think it's honestly a game-changing skill that I've developed. You know, I've always had the long jump putt, but just the accuracy with it and being able to putt the mid-range to get some more distance helps a lot.
On the way up here, you were talking about how a 7 under par isn't even good enough to be in the top 25. You had 11 today and maybe left a few strokes out there. What are you going to do to find those strokes tomorrow?
Not much different. I played really good. I had a couple drives in the back 9 that I thought deserved to be in better locations than they were, and that's just how it goes out here at Idlewild. Like I was talking to Kyle, you can really only do your job, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, you're kind of just playing for luck. I mean, simple as that. Once you get down the first 300 feet of the fairway on all the par 4s, pretty much it's just like a luck shot. So it's not necessarily bad, but there's definitely not like one pure fairway, because to make it for the lack of distance on the par 4s, they just keep all the little skinny trees or whatever, which is its challenge in its own, which is kind of fun because it doesn't really matter how you practice like your up shots. You're going to be in a different spot every time. So I mean, the field is really condensed. I mean, obviously good round 1, but that doesn't really mean that much. Because you can see an entire different lead card tomorrow for the final day. So, but yeah, I'm happy with how I played. No bogeys, clean round. So did my job, and yeah, everything felt pretty much fine. So come out tomorrow, same game plan, and yeah, hopefully some more highlights out there.
This is the time of year when players sometimes talk about beginning to get a little bit tired, but winning, it does a lot for you, and you've been doing very well lately. So talk about your true energy level at this point in the season.
I mean, I understand how important the end of the season is. And like I've been saying, once I got the World Championship win, I've been able to just relax and not really put too much pressure on it. Obviously, I'm still going for that ratings record. So I was saying, like, I had to birdie 18 to shoot above my rating this round, which is crazy. I mean, the course doesn't rate that well out here just because everyone shoots so hot. I mean, yeah, as far as like how I'm feeling coming down the stretch, I'm definitely a bit tired. I mean, since Des Moines Challenge, the Monday of Des Moines Challenge, I've just had so much happening and so much travel, and it's all fun, it's all good. But after Declo, I'm gonna fly home for a week and a half before the Green Mountain Championships, and then I'll play those 2 events up there, and then I'll head home after the MVP Open before USDGC. So taking the breaks when I can, but right now I'm just enjoying life and happy to be out here.
He's got goals. That ratings record in trouble. Gannon Burr doing well after 1 at Idlewild.
The Iceman cometh. Last season, historic from Gannon Burr, setting a bar I don't think we thought was going to be set. 9 wins, including that Tour Championship at Nevin. Historic battle with Ricky Wysocki. This year, already 5 victories, including that first world title. Nate, what's your speculation? What do you think? What's he going to get coming down the stretch?
I think he'll beat it. I think he's going to beat the cash record from last year. I think he's going to beat his win record. 9 wins last season, including the Tour Championship, $211,000 in prize money. He's already at $111,000 this season, and most of the money is given out in the latter third of the season.
Nate, I got to throw this back to you. He has 6 tournaments left. He has 5 wins. You think he's going to get 4 out of the next 6? I want you to think about that.
4 out of the next 6. I think that out of those, this and Maple Hill are the most difficult, have the most variance, but I think he can. I think it's possible, and yeah, I think he's going to beat the record. I think he will get 4 out of the next 6.
Well, Nate, Gannon and Paul are joined by Gavin Babcock, a player looking to get back in the spotlight, looking to prove himself again after kind of an up-and-down start to the year, and Jesse Longnecker, collegiate national champion that you called out last week as a player to look out for. You've played with Paul. You've played with Ricky. You've played with both of them as a young player. What is it like waking up in the morning and getting ready to play with some of the best in the world?
Well, it's an indicator of the level of golf that you've kind of reached, right? When you're surrounded by that quality of play, you're like, okay, I'm in the right spot. The work is starting to pay off. But what can happen is you can kind of get caught up in that. You start to get a little focused on their game, quit worrying about yourself. But overall, it's great to play with guys like that, like professionals out there. They bring a certain reverence for the sport of disc golf. And as Gavin was referencing Tiger Woods earlier in the day, when you get to play with people that are able to turn the focus off and on at command, you can kind of learn in the moment and kind of start to just do that yourself and really tap into a level of focus that you need to win at the Disc Golf Pro Tour.
Well, another young player who is not a beginner to the Disc Golf Pro Tour, Kyle Klein. He's kind of a veteran at this point. We've watched him grow up in the sport. He also shoots an 11 under par. Solid day for that lead feature card. What do you make of Kyle's performance today, and what do you feel like he needs to clean up to go even deeper?
Yeah, he got a little sloppy on the forehand on the back 9, but really it's his putting that really shone through today for me. I mean, he had the lofty miss on 5, but then corrected from then on out. That make on 10 from deep, from 55, just had great pace. Here he is on 12. Third circle 2 make of the day. Yeah, he really has adjusted it. Simplified it. The routine's kind of quickened, shaved 5 to 7 seconds off. And this was the putt of the day for Klein from 55 toward the OB.
And we are going to send it down to Grant Zellner once again in the clubhouse. Grant, take it away.
Kyle Klein is tied with Gannon Burr at 11 under through one round at Idlewild. You're tied for fourth now, Kyle, because of a clean round today. Bogey avoidance at a course like this is very, very important. Talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, it is for sure. I mean, this is the kind of course where one tree kick doesn't go your way and you're scrambling to save a bogey. And I was kind of all over the place a little bit, but I'd definitely say I got some help out there, some kicks back to the middle, some kicks that went my way that could have gone sideways. But overall, kept it clean, made my long putts when I had to. But yeah, just kept it clean and shot a good round.
Often throughout the day, the guys in the booth talking about how this course forces you to play for a landing zone that may mean conceding that you'll have a C2 putt. It's a strategy element to this course that is unique. Are you finding yourself having to make decisions and accept that the smart play is for a C2 look?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the one example for me is hole 17. I feel like that's probably the biggest one. Is my play in the past has been just go for the park job or go for the ace, and if you go long, you take it on the green for par. But I found this year I'm kind of struggling with that go for it shot. So I've been working on that layup, and I executed it well today. And yeah, just you just got to make a circle 2 putt, which I feel like I've been improving a little bit. That's always been kind of my weakness, is just getting it in from C2. But I feel like I made a few good ones today, so that strategy will probably stick.
11 under par today puts you on the chase card. Guys still out in front of you. Where do you try to eke out another stroke or two on this track?
I mean, wherever you can, really. I mean, every hole in this course is birdieable. So, like, I can see a 13, 14, 15 under. But I'm not saying that I'll shoot that, but I'm going out there knowing that it is possible. So I'm just trying to throw the best shots I can throw, and whenever I got an opportunity, you have to take advantage of it.
Kyle Klein tied for fourth at 11 under heading into moving day at Idlewild.
Thank you.
Kyle Klein, previous champion here at the Idlewild 2021. This was when Kyle started to show us truly what he was capable of.
Yeah, getting a look at that putting style, a little bit more flair to it. Here he is on 2, playing it a little different than today. Backhand matching the grade, and that was it. That was the playoff right there with Marweed. Whoa. Punch that band. Excited for the young man. Hasn't won since 23, Brian.
Hasn't won since 23.
Yeah.
You're right about that. But this course makes these players' dreams come true. For some reason, it takes these young players and puts them in these positions where they can break through finally and realize that I can play with the best in the world. I can beat the best in the world. And Nate, you talked about it earlier, talking about Jesse Longnecker. He's going to show up tomorrow and not look to these guys as the greats of the sport. He's got to look to them as guys he's tied with.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to have that mentality, right? And when you're pushing 1030, he's 1028 rated out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. A great hub for disc golf, by the way. Really phenomenal tracks that he's probably playing down at some of those state parks down there, really wooded technical courses. But when you push 1030, you're doing a lot right? He's probably has 500 in his back pocket and probably a great C1 putter. Can't wait to see what he brings to us.
We're going to bring in our third member of the broadcast one last time, the beautiful Grant Zellner. Grant, you're down there on the ground. You walk the grounds all day, both divisions. What are some thoughts?
Posing, holding their follow through an extra beat longer than you normally are used to seeing as they try to create the right flight path for those discs. And also something else I noticed is the number of times that players know exactly what the disc is doing in its flight. Don't even necessarily watch the entire flight. The disc leaves the hand, and good or bad, they may turn to pick up their mini or turn to their group and say, 10 feet longer, or, oh, that's perfect. They know what's going on 200, 300, 500 feet away from where they're throwing, and they know the moment they release the disc what it's going to do because they have those trees and those other obstacles embedded in their mind's eye. It's really fun to watch.
Well, Grant, let's zoom in on some of these guys that are at the top. You walked a little bit with the chase card or chase feature card. Paul McBeth, he told you a little bit about how he was feeling, but what do you take away from what he told you and what you saw out there?
Well, I saw Paul warming up before the round started, and the very first thing that I saw when I walked up, he'd been there a while, was an absolutely annihilated drive that he threw with such ease and such timing. And that drive must have gone 500, 550 feet without any exaggeration. He looked great then. And for me, it was just going to be a question of, could he keep his timing throughout the day, especially when things tighten up on the back nine, and would he capitalize on looks that he got with the putter? And with only one exception, that being 1 on 17, he looked great with the putter for much of the day. So I think all of the pieces are there for Paul, and maybe have been for a little bit now. He needs them all to stay together for him for the entirety of all the rounds, and that means none of these stretches where he sometimes goes 3 over 2 holes or 4 over 3 holes. He needs to avoid those stretches this week, and if he can, he'll be there on Sunday.
Well, Grant, I want to ask you about another player that we've been talking about all day since he shot that round, Jesse Longnecker. We don't see him on lead cards. He's just starting to come around and play with these guys, but he's showing off his stuff. Just as a lover of the game of disc golf, but also a lover of sports, Grant, what do you make of this situation? What do you hope to see from Jesse tomorrow?
Well, first of all, that's an all-star name right there off the bat. We're going to have fun saying that a lot tomorrow. I hope the best for him tomorrow. I hope that you play, as they say, you play for that difficult putt, because if it weren't for a great shot, you wouldn't have the putt. So you don't complain about the difficult putt. You accept it, and you're happy with it. Well, he has played himself into the difficult place of being on a lead card in front of cameras in a large gallery. I hope that it's exactly what he always hoped it would be, and I hope that he excels. He's been a competitor who has won big events before. We know that he has that aspect of dialing back the nerves and executing when it matters, but this could be a little bit of a different experience for him. I hope it's everything that he hoped it would be. I can't wait to catch up with him in the morning before his round and get to know him just a little bit and understand maybe what it is about his game that worked so well today and that will hopefully pay dividends for him throughout the course of the weekend.
Well, Grant, I got one last question for you. Gavin Babcock rounds out this lead card, tied at 12 under par with McBeth and Longnecker. Babcock has been out here for a long time. I remember being on tour myself and seeing him always on the practice basket, always training, always in the gym, and now here he is, elite athlete, elite player. Not the greatest season for him so far. You heard him kind of in his feelings talking about the mental side of the game in the interview you did with him. What do you take away from what he told you?
Yeah, sometimes you need a win. Sometimes when you're grinding and you're going through battle after battle, whether it's an entire round, an entire event, or just trying to overcome maybe a flaw in your game, and you keep on getting kicked down with bad things happen, sometimes you just feel like I need a small victory. I need something. And maybe today was that for Gavin. Maybe today, shooting as well as he did, maybe that's that small victory that he can go to bed tonight and he can say, I got a little win today and I needed one. I've been searching for some kind of something to say I got a victory out of, and today may have been it for him. Beyond that, his poise seems excellent. His professionalism, of course, is there, and he knows what a grind this life is. So now it's time, and I think we all would agree, for him to get a chance to revel in that a little bit and to celebrate in it and to get a little bit of the payback that perhaps life and the game itself owes him just a little bit right now. And I think it's fair to say that we all can root for that and then see where the chips fall on Sunday.
Well, Grant, I'm going to let you go get a little food, get some rest. We'll see you tomorrow morning with the FPO. Thank you so much for your time, my friend.
Always a pleasure. We'll see you tomorrow.
Nate, before we get to the shot of the day, any final thoughts from the day?
Well, today was about as calm as a day as you're going to see in Burlington. And tomorrow, the wind radar has kind of changed. It's going to crest at 16 miles per hour, and it's going to mainly be there in the middle of the afternoon for the MPO. So that's going to affect the scores just a bit. I think you're still going to have to push double digits, but as you get out there to, hole 16 out of the woods, it's going to be a different story. We're not going to see as many eagles, as many birdies there. 18th is going to be exposed. Hole 1's going to be exposed. 3 and 4 are also, you're going to have to deal with the wind. And then Sunday, it's going to crest at 22. So I'm actually happy to see that because it makes the golf that much more interesting, and as well as the putting. When they get tapped in when the wind is calm, they don't have to change anything, and they can just press a button and attempt to putt. And the putting was great today. They were dropping them in from everywhere.
Well, Nate, we'll just have to see how the weekend shakes out. We got a shot of the day to get to. I've been told that it's not easy to guess. What's your thought?
It's a tough one. I think it's going to be Kev Jones on the 9th from the fairway, that big spin putt that he had. My second guess is the Paul McBeth approach on 13. Everyone loves the GOAT.
I really love Kyle's putt on 17, death putt from 45 feet. Roll it. Let's wrap it up. He got me.
Let's go. Kevin Jones. The way this one caught on the backside as well. A little flare to it.
So smooth. Beautiful timing. You love Kevin Jones playing well. He's coming back tomorrow at 10 under par, 2 off the lead. Looking for another victory here to be the first repeat winner at Idlewild. But first, round 2. 9:30 a.m. Eastern time for FPO, 3:30 p.m. Eastern time for MPO. Get a little bit of rest. If you live in Finland, you're already sleeping, so we'll see you later. Good night, folks.